4 days on two wheels, and it's about to culminate right now with some of the world's greatest off-road Grand Prix racers. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Moto Fest. Welcome to round number 6 of the Rocky Mountain ATV MC NGPC series, presented by FMF, hosted by our friends at MMX, and yes, it is a part of Bud Feldkamp's brainchild. I'm talking about this awesome event that you've been watching with us the last few days, known as Moto Fest. We've seen it all, from Baja drags to hill climbs to high-level motocross, and now some of the best off-road racers in the world. Hello, everybody. I'm Jack Corpella from Racing Jack YouTube. The man next to me, our host channel, the one and only Mark Tilley from Dirt Bike Magazine. Thanks for letting us be on Dirt Bike Magazine YouTube. We appreciate it. What a great event. I know everybody out there has really enjoyed the coverage here this weekend.
You know what? It's blown me away. Like, I'm completely blown away with MotoFest last year and MotoFest this year. Two completely different animals, and it's only going to grow more from here. I mean, there was live bands till 11 o'clock last night. The Hell on Wheels thing was entertaining. I know that you have it on your Racing Jack YouTube, or if it's on Cycle Drive.
We may see it in this show.
Yeah, we may see it in this show.
In fact, now that you talked about it, I'm going to make an executive decision to our director. We got to get it in the show.
Yeah, no, we definitely got to get it in the show there. But I mean, that was absolutely amazing. The dual sport ride, everything that went on. If you are a two-wheeled enthusiast, if you're not here, you need to be here next year. And then now today we get to see the best of the best in West Coast off-road with all the factory teams, an hour and a half worth of racing. I just got off the course, and the course is absolutely awesome. I've never seen it. They didn't rip it today like they've been ripping it for the pros, and it's kind of an amateur prep, and it is absolutely amazing. It's so good right now. So and then the off-road course, they did a great job on. The off-road course has everything. It's got rocks, it's got sand, it's got high-speed sections, it's got slow-speed sections. And then, like I said, the motocross course is just next level.
Yes, indeed, guys. If you weren't watching the last couple days, make sure you catch up on that. But one point that you missed is Glen Helen got a makeover that it hasn't seen in years. Dennis Stapleton was here for 9 days with his crew, digging up dirt, taking loose dirt at the bottom of the hills, moving it up. It has changed the complexion of this race course, and we have heard nothing but positive feedback. And now today, on the final day of MotoFest, the NGPC racers will get to put it to the test. 7 miles is what I'm hearing, a much different course than what we saw here in early March when NGPC visited with the Prairie Dogs.
Yeah, it's 7 miles, but it's a long 7 miles. There's switchbacks in a bunch of different places. We are doing something close to what we've done here before, but Glen Helen has endurance races that they do all the time. They have NGPC. That's part of the truck course. We're going cool on the whole part of the truck course that's absolutely amazing. That is fun. Like, there is nothing that is more fun than that. Like, you just get to kind of hang out. That's kind of a little jump section to where you can jump through. You'll see a lot of those guys doubling through that stuff. But just lots of fun stuff. And a matter of fact, this is the truck course. Let's take a look at the other part of these courses from 1-800-DENT-DOG.
Yeah, we certainly appreciate our friends at 1-800-DENT-DOG. If you get a ding, give them a ring. And Mark, you've been out there, so take me around the new Glen Helen.
So this is that they just came off the infamous hip jump. It's going into the velodrome, and then this is where NGPC goes off onto an off-road course. Kind of winds around in this area. This is a lot sandier, a lot rockier than what it looks like on this course preview. You can see some of the rocks just kind of hanging out, and then they'll kind of wind back around. You can see the motocross course, and so then this goes into some of the single track stuff. This is going up one of the washes, but lots of rocks. Got to kind of pick your way through that. It's actually kind of spread out a little bit more. The rocks are kind of up a little bit more, but this is a section to where you got to kind of think about it, look ahead, and but this is headed back towards the Glen Helen Pavilion where they have all the concerts and all that kind of stuff. Then this is back on the REM track is what I call it. You've kind of gone out to the pavilion, now you've come back. And then this is a section that we don't get to run. Like it's almost never. I think the last time I ran it was out, at an endurance race 15 years ago. So this is on the outside on the dike on the wash. This wash is a wash that, if you've ever been to Glen Helen, it's the road that always gets flooded. And then it kind of, so Trevor didn't want to do the off-road part of that wash. And then this comes back on the truck track that we were just looking at. And this is fun. This is basically wide open, go as fast as you can go. It is an actual truck track. I know, Jack, you've had some race calls on this track and done Deegan and Rick Johnson and lots of our Moto royalty. But this is just a fun section. Like, this is a double section. It's fun on a motorcycle. I wonder what it would be like in a truck. And then this is out of the truck track. You kind of go around, and these are just high-speed sand washes. There is some rocks, but really just kind of sandy. There's some embedded rocks, but not a lot. This is a section to where you just go as fast as you possibly can. And then it comes around right in front of the bleachers next to the truck track. So they're using every inch of Glen Helen that they can use. Mainly right now, they're getting it to where they're using sections that they can water. And so this is on the dike coming back. And they're trying to get away from the AME track so that when we were running all the other stuff, you kind of drop back down into the fences. And then this is just a high-speed section that you, clicking as many gears as you can, you come back into a little bit more motocross section. Like I said, I call it the REM track.
Yes, indeed, guys. We do appreciate our friends at Dent Doc. That's the one, the only. Trevor Hunter giving us a little track preview. Now, keep in mind, we just saw that for about 2.5 minutes here at iconic and famous Glen Helen Raceway. Our leaders will be out there. Our competitors will be out there. Everybody will be out there, hopefully for 90-plus minutes. We talked so much yesterday about the endurance that it takes, the conditioning it takes. Right now, we've got our Beat Seat riders out there. They'll have a 45-minute affair that they're just about to wrap up, and then we will meet the top pros in 450, 250, and women. And I'm telling you this right now, the question is, can anybody stop Dante Oliveira? Because here's the report from the pits. Dante checked out yesterday at a Hare and Hound in Utah, handedly jumped in the truck, drove 8 hours all by himself. His wife said, I tried to drive. Nope, he wanted to drive. Got here at 11 p.m., and he's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that the range of talent that man has. It's great. And we saw a couple minutes of that. That's going to be, I would say, on average, about a 13, maybe 14-minute lap time for those guys. Maybe not even that long, because they're going to be going a lot faster. I think I got in our 45-minute section, I got like 4 laps in. So those guys are definitely going to be going a lot faster. I don't think that there's any pro section at this particular round, but MotoFest bringing it. $100,000 was handed out.
Unbelievable.
Barsha, Colt Nichols, Dylan Ferrandis, all getting wins. 250 guys that I think are going to surprise a lot of people at this year's Outdoor Nationals. It's going to be great. And we're getting to see them at MotoFest before everybody else gets to see them at the Outdoor Nationals.
That's right, and we just can't express our appreciation enough to Bud Feldkamp of Glen Helen and Troy Lee of Troy Lee Designs, because they came together a few years ago and dreamt this event up, and now it has become reality. And I just shook Bud's hands because he's still hanging out. He loves racing. He's going to watch this NGPC race right here. And I said, the growth from year 1 to year 2, I can't wait to see where this event is 4 or 5 years from now.
Yeah, no, it's going to be the only other event that I've ever been to that is kind of like this is, and on the West Coast, is Day in the Dirt. Day in the Dirt is, for me, the crew at Fast House does an amazing job putting that on. Kenny and all of his guys. It's a staple for my family. We come here every Thanksgiving. And if we're not coming here, the kids are like, well, what are we going to do? So this event has the potential to be even bigger than that. And, man, it's going to be really cool. But then kind of I'm wondering if we're going to be able to cover it all in the little bit of time, because this year we were all running on Red Bulls and Mother F bars to get us going. So it's definitely going to be nice to see what they come up with, but we're going to need more people to cover it.
That's for sure. And speaking of the great Troy Lee, who helped create this event, we got to visit with Troy a little bit yesterday. A big day, a party day. Justin Barcia making history. Let's take you to that.
Well, I've been riding out here for, 30 years, and just me and Bud been friends for a long time, and I always want to support everything he's doing, and so we're doing the Moto Fest out here, and I was gonna race, but I'm 65 years old here, so I don't need to keep racing, and I just thought, let's do an adventure ride. I did something about 7 years ago. We did a night race out here, which was really fun, team race, but just always like supporting what Bud's doing. He supports our motocross team, and Glen Helen's one of my favorite tracks. It's definitely one of the toughest tracks in the world, but we just thought that we could escape from here and head up into, Crestline and Big Bear, and just want to take a bunch of my friends, Jeff Ford and Chris Fillmore and all my buddies that just want to do something a little bit different. I've been out here for like the last month working with my kids riding, and just kind of set up a cool course. So now I know this area really good, and off-road riding is kind of my future here. So just gonna keep doing that. It was super cool. Want to congratulate Barcia on winning today. That was awesome. And getting ready for the Nationals, getting ready for the next step, getting ready to go to Indy 500 next week with Bud, so I'm super excited. I got a lot of old friends, and they don't want to race anymore. That's kind of how it started. I kind of called Wardy, and he says, I'll do a trail ride. Called Ricky Johnson, I'll do a trail ride. Called Alexander, I'll do a trail ride with you. So it just started kind of like, everybody seemed pretty open to it. And then we thought we'd throw a little party and put some music in. And I got Josh Greenstein from Paramount. I got some of my sponsors out here riding. Hopefully he's making it back here. I know it was a little bit tough up there. He just took a whole motorcycle class just to get through this. But no, I couldn't be any happier. I can't wait to make it even cooler next year. For sure. That's what I do it for. Yeah. Awesome. Hope everybody gets back safe. Cool.
So congratulations once again to Troy Lee, Red Bull Ducati, their entire squad. What an epic day. And, you can just hear the passion in Troy Lee's voice. I think that's so cool because sometimes people are in certain industries for so long, they get burnt out. Mm-hmm. Not him. I'm talking to Justin Barcia yesterday about the win, and he's like, nobody broke the news to Troy yet because he's out riding his motorcycle. And he was. As soon as he pulled in, he wanted to know what happened, and he went nuts, and he was so happy. But let me tell you what, it was a party here last night.
Oh, yeah, it definitely was. Till about 11:30 last night. So it was, like you said, it was time to party, and it's just really cool. I don't think that's ever been done. I don't think anybody has. Troy Lee making with the team, making history all the way around. He's got the team doing the winning, and then he's going out and putting a dual sport adventure ride in with the Moto Fest. How many people there was showing it on the stream yesterday? There was people just streaming out of here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that, and they made it to where they kind of promoted it a little bit, but not major. And there was a lot of people here. So it's really cool. They had tacos for everybody afterwards, and it's just kind of a, hey, hang out and have fun.
What's really cool, too, is last night I was peeking around before bed and looking at all the other media outlets that covered what's going on here. The eyes of the supercross, motocross world were really on Glen Helen because everybody wanted to see how testing was going and how these guys were doing, getting ready for the outdoor season. And that's the idea. That was the genesis of this event. Bud told us last year that so many guys used to come here to test. He said, why don't we just put on a race, put some money in their pocket, have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, no, and I mean, like we were saying earlier, I don't know what they're going to add to it. Like, it's going to be just people. This was amazing. Like I said, I've been out on the course this morning, and it's epic. Like, it is really, really good. And that's the off-road stuff. The moto stuff yesterday was ripped so deep. Like, it was amazing. Like, I haven't seen Glen Helen like this in a really long time, and smiles everywhere.
No doubt about that.
No major issues, no major anything. Got to give a shout out to Jacob Tilley. He went down yesterday and had to take a trip to see a couple cute nurses.
Well, thoughts and prayers to him. I hate to see him get banged up. We hope he has a very, very speedy recovery. Anybody who was injured this weekend. But, that's another great thing about Glen Helen is unfortunately, it's part of the sport. You see a couple riders go down. They are right on top of any incident.
Yeah, no, they were amazing.
Well staffed here. And what you're looking at today with the pits and this race, we got to give a big shout out to Lori Wilson and Craig Hunter that I was twisting Craig's arm. Come on, be a part of this. They made it happen.
Yeah.
Those two. And I really feel like NGPC has added a lot to MotoFest. And hopefully, I know you have a deep Rolodex, Mark, and you know all these different people. I think the more little series and events you add to something like this, the bigger and badder it's going to be.
Oh, well, and we got the master behind the recaps with our James on the keyboard over here. Now, instead of trying to explain to people what it is, we're going to have a chance to be able to show them what it is. This is what this is. You want to be a part of this. So it's definitely the crew coming up from MMX, coming down from Northern California, letting us kind of hijack their event that they had going on. Thank you very much for coming down and helping, even though we changed it last minute on you, but glad that you guys are a part of this, the entire event, not just the NGPC side, but today we are talking about the NGPC side, but it's just great to have people that put all the differences aside and just make something happen for the whole of the moto community. It's just an amazing thing.
That's what it takes. And keep an eye on MMX because I think they're going to get a good reward that Craig told me. He's going to try to get another event at Marysville real soon. That is a great track. So, and the good news is, too, we get to stream today that our streaming crew couldn't be in two places. Right now, you're taking a look at our drone crew, our talented camera crew. We appreciate everybody here. L&N Media Productions. We got to give a big shout out to the birthday boy celebrating his 40th birthday with us here this weekend. Aaron Kennard. He's got his lovely family. He's got Noah here, Liam here, his lovely wife Nicole. And hey, where else would you rather spend your husband's 40th birthday than right here at the racetrack?
Well, I don't know. I bet if you ask his wife, it's not at the racetrack. But we're definitely we're thankful for her allowing us to be here with us and bring all this footage to everybody else.
Well, Mark, before we go any further, I want to take you back to last night because I hung out. I couldn't leave. I love the way Bud Feldkamp thinks. He said, we're going to have Harley hill climbs. I said, no way. So I hung out with the cell phone. Hopefully the quality's good enough, but I got to take you back for a couple minutes. Let's check out what they called Hell on Wheels up Mount St. Glen Helen last night.
We didn't think we'd see some Harleys here at Glen Helen, but they're about ready to hit this massive hill climb.
It's part of MotoFest, and I can't believe it. We got Harley Davidsons and a bunch of other cool vintage bikes trying to make it up Mount St. Glen Helen. We've already had one individual get stuck. Now they're coming down. We got a lot to see. Wild or what?
No problem for those big Harley 1270.
Well, clearly, if you got the right tire on, you got the right engine, and you hold it wide open, you can make it to the top. And where else could you see a Harley Davidson versus a two-stroke? a memory that young man is not going to soon forget. Oh, and we got problems up top for a couple of them. Oh boy, oh no. It's slippery up there, guys. Remember, they moved a lot of dirt here. Glen Helen Raceway, that's 22 stories up. What in the heck is this? What are we working with here?
Just a pull start mini bike, being a goofy tribute to Speed Racer, Racer X, but I'm his Mexican cousin, Racer Max.
Long way to go. And what in the heck do we have here? What the heck? Vintage Triumphs? Triumphs, guys, what the heck? What are we thinking? Vintage Triumphs. What in the hell? Hope they got the right tires on the back. Great job out there. Great job. Congratulations. Celebrating too early. We'll see if these guys can make it to the top. Psych-out tactic. Well, how cool was that? That was something special to be a part of. And again, I love the way Bud thinks, because we went from the Baja Drags on Friday to that craziness. And I can tell you this, a lot of fun was had by everybody. Thank goodness no injuries either.
Yeah,
no,
that's amazing. That's not the Harley type old Triumph kind of content that Cycle Drag is usually known for shooting. That's I like seeing all of your stuff that comes on for Daytona Bike Weeks and all that stuff, because that's interesting. That's something that I've never seen. So that's pretty
love
amazing.
It all. You know me, I'm a motorcycle enthusiast. I love dirt, I love street. But that's why I was so interested when they said Harley hill climbs. I didn't think I would see a guy on a brand new $50,000 CVO. Those Harleys were modified and they hooked up. And so did those old school Triumphs out there as well.
I saw some of those Harleys in the unclassified races that we were doing on Friday. And I was kind of like, what is this? Like, why would somebody want to do this? This doesn't make any sense. And so it's, but I know that they do like an outlaw class or a hooligans class at the National Hare and Hounds and stuff like that. So it's pretty amazing. I mean, again, how would you explain that? I don't know. I don't even know how you'd explain that. But now when somebody goes, well, what is this? And you go, this is Moto Fest.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things to where, hey, you want to be here. You want to be here next year. If you got a little bit more time and you're close, you can be here now. You can come watch these fast pros of the NGPC series battle it out for an hour and a half.
Yeah, if you did not see the action yesterday, please, by all means, when we're done here, kick those feet up, put it on the shop, put it on the garage, and you have got to watch yesterday's racing action, because, I mean, not just the battle for first, second, and third, but all around the track. We saw great battles. There was so much talent here. Really proud of Justin Heth for holding his own for the NGPC crew. I mean, coming home second behind Barsha and Nichols is a pretty good weekend.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of those, you look at it and you kind of go, well, I didn't have that in my bingo card.
No.
Justin was so surprised. I don't think he thought that he would be able to pull that off. I'm going to be impressed if he's got anything for these guys in this hour and a half race, because he's been racing all weekend long. really been riding and racing stuff since Thursday.
Yes.
So it's pretty amazing.
And I do believe, what do we have here, Aaron?
This is the
AME course. Thank you very much. This is the AME Mini Cross, and I think we have a little bit more to learn about AME Mini Cross, don't we, Mark?
I think so. Let's go check that out.
We're back at Glen Helen Raceway because obviously this is the premier facility in Southern California, maybe anywhere in the United States. We're glad to be here, and we're putting on a lot of fun kid races from Stasics to 50s to 65s and 85s. It's the place where you want to be to race minis. We get to see the whole new generation of kids coming up. You know, 10 years ago when we were doing this, we were looking at little kids on the track named Ryder DeFrancisco and Mumford, and a lot of these kids that you see in the pro racing right now, Julian Beaumer, we're all doing AME, and now you see them out there and they're in the pro class of motocross. A lot of these kids you see right here, right now, 10 years from now, they're gonna be racing pros in Supercross. Super fun to be a part of the journey of all these kids, and you know, they all call during the week to get advice and to try to learn and to get better, and I'm super glad that I get to be involved with that. We've been doing this for a long time. We're really good at it. The families here all get along. It's a real cool vibe here at AME, and they should all come give it a try.
4 days on two wheels, and I dare you to bring somebody here that will not be entertained, that will not find something for them. You want to go race? We got that. You're an off-road guy? We got that. You got a kid? You want to do mini cross? We got that. Harley hill climbs, Baja trucks. Okay, you don't like any of that? You want to just listen to live music and have a burrito? You can do that too. You can do it all here at Glen Helen Raceway. So one of the, there's many ways to promote in this day and age, but I still believe, talking to many great promoters, there is no better promotion than your previous event, and word of mouth means a lot. Mark, talking to you moments ago, I understand some people even rolling in this morning because of watching the coverage this weekend and didn't know there was an NGPC race.
Yeah, no, I was talking to some of the people that signed the NGPC participants up, and they were saying that there's people that have come in and said, yeah, we saw the live stream, and we said, hey, let's go race. So it's word of mouth is definitely one of the most powerful ways of advertising, and this is technically the new generation of word of mouth, because really until recently you weren't able to get this kind of information and get this kind of coverage out of a live stream like what we're getting this weekend. I mean, it's another thing that's amazing. I mean, Bud's bringing 3 different events to live streaming when it comes to we have the 2-stroke World Championships, and then we have Moto Fest. And then later on this year, they have the W World Vet Championships. So 3 things that you can watch live. And I think there's going to be more stuff coming. We have NGPC here a couple times a year now. This is the 2nd time this year. And there's live streaming of that as well with the L&N Media Group. So it's great when everybody joins forces and brings something to the table like this, because it's just absolutely amazing and great for everybody around.
Yes, indeed. Look at these conditions, too. An odd mid-May weekend in SoCal. I thought it was going to be a scorcher, because sometimes it is. Not at all. The good Lord has put a little canopy on us with some overcast skies, 66 degrees. Actually, a little bit moist. We've had raindrops throughout the weekend, which is very rare Southern California in May, but perfect racing weather. Nobody was complaining about the heat here this weekend.
Yeah, no, I would definitely not complaining about the heat. This weather, you couldn't ask for better weather starting on Thursday, all the way through the weekend and all the way to right now, I even thought about, you know what, maybe I need to put a vest on for my race. And once you get moving around, it's cool. It's just perfect weather, perfect track conditions. There's definitely somebody above smiling down on us because you can't ask for this kind of stuff and think that you're actually going to get it.
I think it might be our buddy Chad Tucker, who we miss. Rest in peace. He was here with us last year, and I remember talking with him about he had a vision on how to grow this event, such an important part, and we miss him dearly. But I know he's smiling down from above as some of our top pros start to make their way to the line. There's the 22 of the one and only Trevor Hunter.
We got to look to see
him
if he has the Do It for Dua Lipa.
I understand there's a little something between you two going on where you guys are exchanging Dua Lipa stickers, Taylor Swift stickers.
He threw it out. Like right before I was going to go out, and he came over and put a Do It for Dua Lipa.
How about
that? I didn't really understand it, but I did it anyways, and I think that I might get some death threats from the Swifties because we all know that he does run that.
Yes. Indeed, he does. As we're getting close and close, and one guy I got to mention on this broadcast too is a great man named Ross Fitz, watching from Virginia. This is really all because of him. He's the one who started this crew. He's the one that keeps making it bigger and badder. Every time I show up, there's a new gadget. He goes to the National Association of Broadcasters show in Vegas, gets the latest and greatest. And speaking of Chad, to bring the story full circle, I remember I told the story yesterday. Chad called me 6-7 years ago on how to live stream the two strokes and just couldn't do it back then. It was way too expensive. We didn't have the technology, but now with this group, we do. And we're bringing it into your living room, onto your advice. So, guys, if you're watching live, let us know down below in the comments that you appreciate it, and we will keep it coming. Thank you guys so much for that. As we
tell us if you want to see something, too.
That's true. As I believe we're closing in on a start. We're closing in on call-ups, and we will meet today's field. Ladies and gentlemen, presented to you by Precision Concepts, Bob Bell and his awesome team. It is now time for the Precision Concepts call-ups. Once again, we welcome you to beautiful Glen Helen Raceway. We welcome you to MotoFest. We welcome you to round number 6 of the Rocky Mountain ATV MC NGPC Series, presented by FMF, hosted by MMX. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to meet our starting lineup in the Pro Women category. This young lady comes from Riverside, California, on a Honda CRF 250 RX for Monster Energy. SLR Honda, one of the most talented females in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Michaela Moto KK Nielsen. Look at this, Mike Garvin pulling her through the tunnel. Good job, Mike. There's Moto KK. And starting in the number 2 spot today, a racer who has been red hot this year out of Redwood City, California, on a Troy Lee Designs Husqvarna. Ladies and gentlemen, the 454 of Ava Silvestri. And starting in the number 3 spot today on a KTM 250XC, the one, the only Madison Weber. That, ladies and gentlemen, your starting lineup in today's Pro Women category as we turn our attention to the Pro 2 class. There is the one and only Madison Weber getting through the tunnel. Good luck, Maddie. She's been doing a great job. Pro 2, let's meet our starting lineup. Starting today, your point leader. This man comes all the way from Gogol, Australia, on a Honda CRF 250 RX for Mark Samuels. Monster Energy, SLR Honda. Here is Sam Brechira. And starting in the number 2 spot today, just celebrated his 18th birthday, a true rising star out of Zip Tie Racing on a Husqvarna FC 250 out of Oak Hills, California. Here is Dustin Davis. starting in the number 3 spot today out of Barstow, California. Where's my two-stroke fans? This man rides a Yamaha YZ250 for Simi Valley Cycles Yamaha. The one, the only, Cody Simpson. That tunnel's slippery. Be careful, boys. Out of FMF RPM KTM Racing from Murrieta, California on a KTM 250 XCF. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Cole Zeller. From Tucson, Arizona on a KTM 250 XCF out of FMF RPM KTM Racing Team. Where's all my Noah fans? Here is Noah Gordon. Starting in the number 7 spot today, also out of FMF RPM KTM Racing. This man rides a KTM 250 XCF all the way from Bellingham, Washington. Here's JJ Concannon. Starting in the number 8 spot today, this talented racer rides for Pro Circuit Off-Road on a Kawasaki KX250X. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Catasa, California, here's the cowboy, Colton Eck. Starting in the number 9 spot today, he's playing a home game. Dirt Bike Magazine YouTube, you better help welcome him because his sponsors include IWC Tire Pros, Dirt Bike Magazine out of Barstow, California. It's his home track. Here's Harlem Nelson. Starting in the number 10 spot today on a DT Racing FXR KTM 250 XCF. He's a 2024 Works Champion out of Highland, California. Here is Justin Patton. And starting in the number 11 spot today on a KTM 250 XCF, say hello to the 618 of Tank Summers. And we now turn our attention to the Open Pro categories. We get set to kick off round number 6. Again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you shake the hand of Bud Feldkamp, a man who has leased his track since 1985, graciously hosting NGPC here this weekend. Thank you so much, Bud. It is now time to introduce our Open Pro category. And ladies and gentlemen, we begin with one of the most talented dirt bike racers in the world. A perfect season. He has won every NGPC race this year. He won the two-stroke nationals here. He has won every Hare and Hound race this year. In fact, he won one yesterday, got in the truck, and drove all the way from Utah. Ladies and gentlemen, on a factory Red Bull FMF KTM, he is the one, the only, the six-time defending NGPC champion, Dante Oliveira. Everybody else is gonna hate this. So we're developing some haters out there. Hey, we got to build our stars, right? Build our stars, Mark. Hey, I'll tell you, many guys that deserve equal pomp and circumstance, and that starts with in the number 2 spot today. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 short years ago, he got Beta, their first ever 450 NGPC win. Looking to do more of the same from Liquid Molly. Beta Factory Racing from Lincoln, California, with his talented father, Brody, turning the wrenches. Here is Dare D. Martell. And starting in the number 3 spot today, a rising star, been on the podium a bunch this year. He rides a Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing FX 450. He's got a chip on his shoulder. Don't call me Dante's brother. He's fast. He's talented. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the 831 of Dante Oliveira. Starting in the number 4 spot today, this man comes all the way from Melbourne, Australia. He is your two-time defending NGPC Pro 2 champion on a KTM 450 out of FMF RPM Racing. Here's the one, the only, Mason Simmons. And ladies and gentlemen, riding for Mitch Payton and Billy Fulmer's Pro Circuit Kawasaki team, he has already done so much here this weekend. Proudly represented the NGPC boys against some of the best motocross racers in the world. He was on the podium yesterday, looking to win it today. Valiantly coming back from injury. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Kawasaki KX 450 rider Justin Heft. We need to work on our tunnel time, man. We'll get there. All right, we hope. Let's hope Hef didn't get on out of here. Starting in the number 6 spot today, all the way out of Utah, true talent. He rides a Honda CRF 450 RX for the Mother F Monster Energy SLR Honda team. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Tyler Lynn. On a bicycle? This is rehearsal, right? We'll do her again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's part of the fun. Starting in the number 7 spot today, it truly is an international affair. This man, sometimes he rides a Kawasaki, sometimes he rides a Gas. I'm not sure what he's on today, but he does come all the way from Italy. He is a true talent. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Giacomo Ridondi. And it looks like oh boy, broken nose this weekend we're hearing. Tough break. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, starting number 8 spot today, a great true talent on a Yamaha 239. Say hello to the one, the only, Hayden Flores. There's Hayden. Starting in the number 9 spot on a number 40 Kawasaki. Please welcome Tyler Belknap. And finally, rounding out the top 10 here today, keep an eye on this individual because he won here 3 years ago. He's had his ups and downs with injuries, but he is back on it, poised and focused. Ladies and gentlemen, on a JCR Honda 450 RX, say hello to the 951 of Ryan Surratt. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your starting lineup for day number 4 of Bud Feldkamp and Troy Lee's Moto Fest. 4 days on 2 wheels, and we're about to get the party started for this final day. So glad you're watching along with us here on the Dirt Bike Magazine YouTube channel. Jack Rapella, Mark Tilley with you up in the booth. So many great racers looking on. So many people have stuck around and hung out for this epic pro race about to go down. It'll be 90 minutes as we are, well, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise as we salute the country we love, the country that allows us the freedoms to enjoy motorcycle racing. Please rise for the national anthem. a beautiful day for racing from iconic and legendary Glen Helen Raceway here in San Bernardino, California. We are set to turn loose some of the most talented off-road racers in the world. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for round 6 of the Rocky Mountain ATV MC NGPC series presented by FMF, hosted by MMX. We want to thank all of our great sponsors: 1-800-DENT-DOC, Precision Concepts, ASV, Guts, Skags. You guys are awesome. Rocky Mountain, Honda, Mother F, Maxxis, TBT. We'll hit you all throughout this broadcast. But as for now, time to do those last-minute jumping jacks. Get loose because it's going to be a war, Mark, and this is it. The final race before this series breaks for summer. Everybody wants that all-important momentum heading into the break.
Yeah, it means a whole lot more than what you would think to have that momentum going into the break. In the 450 class, can anybody beat the 6-time? I don't know. It's going to be maybe he might be a little bit tired from the National Hare and Hound. Maybe not. Maybe it just warmed him up.
We'll take a look at your starting lineup right there. These are the individuals that are going to take a shot at Dante Oliveira. That's right. We've seen Dante have some struggles here over the years, and that I remember one time he had trouble on top of the hill, and Surratt got him 3 years ago. It's rare to see him have any type of struggles at all, but you look at what he's done here this year between winning the two-stroke nationals and all the NGPC events. We'll see who can stop him. Look at the man at the end of that sheet, though. Mason Simmons and the other one, Dare DeMartille. The 418, the 200. Those are two individuals I look for to be tough today. Mason led much of our ball around.
Almost every lap.
And only finished 2 seconds back of Dante. Dare DeMartille has been on the podium just about every single round. He's ready to go. They were on the practice bike for the Pro Motocross showcase earlier. Now they've rolled out Old Faithful. Let's take a look at your Pro 2 starting lineup, where the story here this year has been Sam Prachira. But Mark, a guy you know well, son of the Hall of Famer Dustin Davis, has caught fire and come alive, and he comes into this race number 2 in points.
And he's very, very familiar with this course, with this event, with just Glen Helen in general, because he's here all the time. I want to see Cody Simpson get a win.
Yeah, if you love two strokes like we do, as that K-Rail tells you, we may be here in Glen Helen. And that's how, you know, I got a little California in me, because I'm an East Coast guy. We call it Jersey Barrier out there. Hey, out here in California, it's called K-Rail. And there's plenty of it at Glen Helen Raceway. Taking a look at your women's starting lineup. Can anybody stop Michaela Nielsen? Madison Weber, great young talent, doing a great job. Big shout out to her stepping up, playing with the big girls, Addison Nichols and Ava Silvestri in there as well.
Yeah,
so,
and Ava was able to beat KK earlier this year.
Yes.
Just flat out beat her. Michaela was saying she couldn't stay off the ground. So definitely this will be an interesting one. Lots of moto in this particular event, but it'll be really interesting to see what can happen.
And look at it, does Cobra Kai, the H434 in there. How about that as we take a look at 4-stroke A? Cobra Kai got me in a bunch of trouble, man. Big rivalry between him and Mateo. Did you see the interview he did with Mateo? He goes straight up to Mateo and says, "How's it feel being second fastest in the family?" He follows it up with
see that.
He follows it up with, "How long before you're third fastest in the family before Dante's son beats you?" Yeah, it was smoke. And then Craig sets me up. Craig sends me the clip to post up on Cycle Drag TikTok. I saw Mateo today. There was fire coming out of his ears.
Well, Low Lord is from Placerville, California. He's trying to raise money to go to the 6 days.
That'd be cool.
They have a shirt that they're selling. But if you're wanting to help a rider go to 6 days, there's a shirt that you can go. I think you go on NGPC's website. I know that they have them in sign up, but that's Low back there in the back with the bright pink helmet.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, ready to kick this race off. The big orange number 1. Look at this. The brothers of destruction. It's like Cain and Abel. No longer bonded by family blood. They now want to rip each other apart. The one in the 831. Mateo says he's tired of being in the shadow. It's time for him to step up and be his own man. Can he do it right here, right now? We're about ready to find out. Can Heft break up the dominance as we look at Billy Fulmer and Travis from WP scurry across the line as they get ready for this start. I'm going to put you on the spot, Mark Tilley. Will anybody stop the dominance of Dante Oliveira here today?
I think I'm thinking no, but I think Mason's got a good shot at it.
Simmons got a shot. Heft got a shot. DeMartile got a shot. Dead engine start here. Glen Helen Raceway, we're about ready to send them off. Our 450 main, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Big jump into Talladega turn. Look at Mason, like a desert racer. Good position, but bad news because the six-time defending champion gets the whole shot. That's a bad piece of news for the rest of the field.
Surratt's up there, and that's dangerous for everybody.
This? Simmons.
Oh, to the inside.
Simmons with the pass on Dante up
Can't
the
get
hill.
it back.
Dante trying to get it back. Simmons says no. That FMF RPM KTM out in front.
Dante
now
to
Dante
the
to the inside. Wow, what a battle here on lap number 1.
Now it's a drag race.
You think these guys want the defending champ or what? They're not letting him pull away. Here comes Dare DeMartile. Great opportunity for him too.
Pro 2s. Looks like that's a 2-shot. Oh, no, that's Dustin Davis.
Dustin Davis. Where's Prets, our points leader? Where's the 250?
He's way back.
Dustin Davis.
He's almost last as of right now.
Spoke with Ty Davis this
last.
morning, said my son is maturing at a rapid rate. I didn't realize how young he was. Happy birthday.
That looks like Harlem Nelson in third. Looks like Cody Simpson's going to get him on the uphill.
Yes, indeed.
Harlem Nelson starting up front. Shout out to Harlem for getting up there.
I think what we're seeing is the intensity. Everybody knows you can't wait back. These racers have been here, a lot of them, for 3-4 days. They've been chomping at the bit to get this party started, and even though it's a 90-minute race, that whole shot's so important. Ava Silvestri.
Way out front.
Look at Michaela, was dead last for a second. Michaela's got...
on the inside.
Is Moto KK got any fancy moves? We shall see. Our women are off.
Ava starting up front.
KK goes way outside. And Ava Silvestri away with the whole shot. She's given KK some battles here over the years at Glen Helen Raceway. Will we see more of the same?
I believe she was also at the National Hare and Hound yesterday. Wow. So she might just be warmed up, ready to go.
Yeah, you got, it's rest versus rust argument.
Exactly.
Is it better to have seat time yesterday or is it better to be rested? What do you think?
That looks like Dustin Davis's teammate, Brendan Watson, getting the whole shot. I'm a huge advocate of no rest.
No rest.
No rest. Just go for it.
What do they talk about? A lot of times, hockey teams, football teams going into the playoffs. Sometimes it's a team that gets hot and didn't rest everybody.
Yeah.
That just keeps on motoring through. And will that be the case for Ava Silvestri, Dante Oliveira? Can you believe Dante Oliveira? I mean, he raced 2.5 hours yesterday. And then just that drive alone, if you've ever been on an 8-hour drive in a van, that will take it out of you. But here we go.
These are our plus 25. That's Nick Naves, who's always a good starter in the 30-plus class. But this is a plus 25, and that's Trevor Hunter right there, big number 22. But I think that is going to be Clay Hingefeld out front.
The 2-2, Trevor Hunter, who actually sat in, commentated with us on Dirt Bike Magazine YouTube channel yesterday.
So that I could go ride my dirt bike.
How about that?
And get past. And all you guys show it live by one of my test riders even.
Well, he didn't mention you're getting passed by A-plus pros, right?
Yeah.
Out there, all these guys. You did well, though. What was your final result in the class?
I finished second in my class, right behind one of my test riders, Sean Lapinovich.
Nothing to hang your head about there, as we are off and running here from Glen Helen Raceway. This live stream presented to you by Honda from this iconic track. Guys, we're going to step away for 1 second, but when we return, we will sort it all out here from San Bernardino. Stay with us. Round number 6 of the NGPC series is off and running. We'll be right back. Welcome back to round 6, everybody. Let's take another look at this start as we are off and running. Round number 6 here from Glen Helen Raceway. You think these racers are chomping at the bit to get after it. You think they want the whole shot. You think they want to stop 6-time champ Dante Oliveira. My goodness, what an incredible start we witnessed.
Yeah, Mason got off the line really, really well. Dare right there. Ryan Surratt on that that project bike that we built him for these races, but Mason wanted this bad. And he went around the outside. You saw it here just moments ago. Went around the outside and decided, hey, I'm going to the front. And
unbelievable. Look at this
just
congestion.
Came to the inside. Look at that drive. You know that surprised Dante. He's on a factory machine. Mason's on a privateer machine. And he just went. But then Dante came back underneath him. Like, look at this action. Just amazing. And this is the first 5 turns. And then Dante wants to come right back underneath him. Look at that.
Great racing action. In the words of Days of Thunder, he didn't nudge it, he didn't push it, he rubbed his son, and rubbing is racing. They were so close, they might have got a dent on one of those KTMs, and I'll tell you, speaking of that, if you do get a dent, 1-800-DENT-DOC, if you get a ding, give them a ring. They'll get you straightened out as we are back live. Mason Simmons out on the off-road track, and he is leading Dante now. I'm going to give away some big secrets because you know me. I had my reporter hat on, and I was digging deep. Mason flat out told me, he said, we know what Dante does. He's a very good race manager. He hangs in a good position, and once he pits, it's an all-out sprint.
Well, you know, Mason's got a good guy in his pit box. He's got pit boss Bob down there, who's taking over pitting, I think, for Mason and maybe even Sam to kind of get some speed going on there. And I can't wait to see when we get down into the pit time to see what Bob's going to do and what they're gonna because they don't go into it with a plan.
Look, Mason is opening up some time on Dante. Is Dante perhaps showing some signs of fatigue? Remember, this man raced 3 hours yesterday in Utah, drove the truck with his lovely wife and his 8-month-old baby, Vinny, down here to SoCal. They didn't get into about 11:30 last night.
I think he's just seeing where they're going. It's pretty amazing. You can see the different lines from the riders. Like right now, Mason is the first guy on track. And you'll be able to see some of those lines when it comes to where he's going. And you see, is Dante using those same lines? He kind of is.
Yes, he is, guys. We're out on the pavement section now. Very, very versatile 7-mile course. Wide open spots, rocky spots, tight spots. Look at this section out here. I don't know how you pick the proper tire for this particular course. Something that's just well-rounded and intermediate, I would guess, right?
Yeah, something Maxxis is on hand to help us pick all the tires for what you're going to run this weekend. And then there is that Honda Yamaha of Redlands or HYR Motorsports, the general store that's here as well. But I know Mike Farmer from Maxxis on site to help everybody pick out what they want to run. And yeah, it's got to be. I know I ran a soft to intermediate terrain tire, and it's doing 2 40-minute races. Whoa, big double right there. But doing 2 40-minute races, it's donezo.
Yes, indeed. It's amazing that these guys can make it the whole way on one tire. Again, if you're just new to NGPC, if you're just joining us, guys, 90 minutes minimum. They will not throw the white flag until they are certain that this race will go over 90 minutes. Now, we're now back on the Moto track that we saw a whole lot of the last 2 days. I just had a flashback of Justin Barcia leading the way on his Troy Lee factory Ducati, but today it is Dante. And speaking of that, I got a great question for you, Mark, because I know you're in the know. What would have happened if Dante was here the last 2 days? And the reason I say that, you're talking about a man that won the 2-stroke nationals here. You're talking about a man that certainly can hang with Heft. Heft was third. Would Dante have had anything for Justin Barcia or Colt Nichols?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if he was able to run the pace with those guys. We know he's got the fitness for sure, and he's got the speed. He's proven the speed. So It could have been, but man, look at these guys. They're kind of checking out.
Yes, they are. I got
Dare is just coming across the finish line, and these guys are already going down the other straightaway.
It's the all KTM show today. Mason Simmons, Dante Oliveira. I got some more inside secrets for you. Guess who Dante's been practicing with? Eli Tomac.
Whoa.
Dante's getting ready. He will run Paula first round of the outdoor series. So they said, I believe this past Tuesday, he was at Paula with the KTM factory team, and they were at Elsinore on Wednesday. And from what I understand, Dante right there with the big boys.
Wow,
that's
impressive.
As we remind you that Ride Engineering can save you a ton of money. What do you need? You need a triple clamp. You need something for your linkage. You want your bike to hook up and handle better. Save 25%. Get out your smartphone right now and use code NGPC25. You will save yourself 25%. Mark, I know you're a big fan of those Ride Engineering components.
Yeah, he's got a lot of really good components. I know that I saw the test rider that beat me yesterday in that little ad right there. So I'm kind of seeing red right now.
That was actually a big dig. There's a lot of. I'll tell you, the Hunter family throws some digs. Trevor's usually the modest one. When Lipinovic, you have to watch in the broadcast, when we were talking about Lipinovic's skull, he said that Mark Tilley might have to go to Lipinovic's skull after that.
Hey, you know what? If it makes me ride like that, I might do it. I know my youngest son, Austin Tilley, who's probably asleep after his race this morning, but he has gone to the Sean Lipinovich riding school, and it makes a huge difference. If you got somebody telling you the mistakes you're making and looking at that stuff, then it's definitely really nice to see the improvement right away. So Sean Lipinovich, his school is definitely something to look out for, especially if you're a parent that doesn't know how to help your kid and is looking for that kind of information. He's definitely working with a lot of kids, a lot of vet riders, because Sean is a vet. But man, this action right here.
Yeah, we're back out on the Moto track.
These guys has definitely stepped away from Dare running in third and Mateo running in fourth, but just look at all these terrain differences.
That's true.
That's a sand section. We used to call that's the back of Bud's Creek. But just, I used to think that was because of Bud's Creek, the track. I thought that's what they called it. They called it that because of that, and then realized years later that the guy who runs this place, or the guy that owns this place, is Bud.
Well, so, could be a play on words, right? Maybe there's a guy named Glenn at Bud's Creek, and they have a section called, Glen Helen's. So that lead has all but evaporated. Dante knows exactly what he's doing. He kind of let Mason stretch his legs for a little bit, but right now, here's what you got to wonder, too, with the racecraft and the race management of Dante that Simmons talked about. I just wonder, is Dante content to stay on Simmons' rear fender until that first pit stop?
I think so.
And then say, here we go, boys. We see it all the time in long-distance running. I know there's a strategy. Somebody who goes out first, they call them the rabbit. Just keep pace with them, and then a sprint at the end. I mean, Dante's got to there's got to be no anxiety whatsoever. He knows how to get it done. There's a young lady who knows how to get it done, one of the world's fastest females, Michaela Moto KK Nielsen. She'll be getting ready for the big WMX show in pro motocross, where she'll try to win the title. A lot of NGPC racers have been representing well.
Yeah, Ava was saying that she was going to try to get her women's pro card so that she can do it as well. So I think with a little bit of influence from Moto KK as well, because they were joking around about it on the last podium that, we got to get her card and get out there. So pretty amazing that they're working together. They're definitely rivals on the track, but they're working together to get this women's WMX thing going.
I told you yesterday, it reminds me of MMA way back in the day, where you could tell something was coming, but there wasn't a whole lot of opportunities. And I think as these women band together, as they team up with pro motocross, there's going to be more opportunities and more money out there for them. And because you got to wonder, Michaela's what, 20 years old, 19 years old? So she's still very, very young, and she's so talented. You would like to see her be able to stick with this, but if you can only do it on a hobby level, it's hard. Eventually, you got to go get a job, right?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be able to pay those bills,
and that's what we hope happens. And the more airtime they get on streams like this and on Peacock with motocross, the more they can attract those big sponsors, and Moto KK, great brand ambassador.
And so this is those guys coming back into the. They've gone out to the pavilion. Now they're coming back. We like to call this the SRA High Road because there's a lot of off-road events that SRA puts on here. That's what we've called that over the years. And then they're going to drop back down into the. Wow, that was a pretty good line. I didn't even think about jumping over that. And then they're coming into the back of the REM section, but they're winding around and doing a lot of different stuff in here. This section is a little bit drier, a little bit siltier, a little bit rockier. And they'll come up to the top of what we would call Mount Whitney. And there's the Guts gripper seat. If you need a seat and you want a discount, that's what the factory guys are running. I think that this is what you will see on all the factory KTMs. I could tell you that those seats are grippy, and if you're looking for a discount, scan that QR code and you'll get a discount.
No doubt about it. We welcome again everybody watching live here on the Dirt Bike YouTube channel. Hope you have enjoyed the last 3 days of coverage. Make sure you drop a comment and let us know you are here. Right now you're watching round number 6 of the NGPC series, and there is that countdown clock. You know, if this was a moto, we'd be talking about how we're on the closing stages and winding down. No, guys, we're only about 20 minutes into this 90-minute affair, and that is why Dante Oliveira is so great, and that's why I just worried and wondered, just like you see in long distance running, they talk about sometimes people going out too fast, expending too much energy, and Mason's got to make sure that doesn't happen to him. But what else can you do? They've tried every which way to beat this guy, Dante Oliveira, and very rarely have you seen anybody be able to do it. And I'd love to see with our awesome drone coverage too. We got to try to find third place because how far ahead are these guys?
Yeah, it's Dare, and he's about new man. Those are all new lines. It's kind of nice because I've ridden on this course and didn't even think about that. I saw those guys out there. I had a really good battle with
Mason.
swapping. I had a really good battle with Eric Swan from up from Northern California, and he kind of stalled it in those sections. And but man, just a great battle. But I saw those guys were out there cheering us on. So from up around where Dante and Mateo are from, they were cheering Eric and myself on. But they were out there looking for lines. So all that coming into play.
Let's pay close attention here, too, because it seems to me Mason Simmons is like a Moto America or high-speed desert racer. That he seems to open up a little bit of a lead on this high-speed stuff. Dante closes in on the motocross stuff and the tight stuff. But look, this is what we saw last lap. Maybe there's something to this. I thought Dante was kind of just laying back and getting warmed up, but we'll see if Simmons continue. Look at this. Look at this. He is on it. Now let's take a look. Moments ago, this is the only risk that comes with going this fast on this type of terrain. Sometimes you grab a fistful, and that could have went horribly wrong.
And Mason is a strong guy.
Yes,
Mason is a really strong guy. That's the only reason why he's not picking that bike up from the ground.
Oof, great job, Mason, keeping it on two wheels. But could that be an advantage that Mason has on this course? You know, Mason is an off-road guy. He told me he grew up racing motocross, but maybe he has that pedigree, kind of that desert racer element that just hold her wide open.
Down in Australia, they have the Fink that is a really fast desert race. Don't know if he's done any of that, but man, Dante, though.
Dante,
he just comes right back up, and that's, for a rider that's out front, that's demoralizing when you feel like you got a little bit of breathing room and then the guy is just right there.
Right there.
But like you said earlier, we haven't seen a rider do this to Dante. No. So Dante's reacting to this. Maybe is Dante going out too fast? You never know. Mason could be going out too fast. Dante could be going out too fast. We might be treated to this for the next hour and 15 minutes, and I'm all about it.
I feel like we've seen this a lot this year, and that's why I do think that Mason accurately described the way that Dante manages a race, because I feel like in years past we've seen Dante check out. I think now, coming in as the 6-time champion, he's conserving as much energy as possible. I think many times this year we've seen him just hang with that front runner, but then it's like they said, after that last pit stop, game on. Sprint to the finish.
Well, and he's hung with all of those guys for that and been able to do that. But are they pushing too hard? That maybe. Only those guys know. I mean, and they're there, and Dare's back on the other side. Dante.
Dante may want to flex his muscles right here on the moto track. This is where you got to say advantage Oliveira. In fact, I look for Oliveira to potentially be a top 15, top 10 guy in pro motocross. He's that fast. He's that good.
Whoa!
Wow.
Mason uncorked something that guys weren't doing yesterday.
How about that?
Wow, the only person we saw do that on a regular basis was Justin Barsha. But man, he just uncorked a triple that is a national level triple. Dante trying to go around the outside. No, Mason shuts the door.
He might have had him if we were running yesterday's track, but into the Yamaha scoring chute, they'll slow it down. They'll take a breather, and we will continue on. And one of the most talented dirt bike racers in the world, Dante Oliveira, chasing down our defending two-time Pro 2 champion who made the step up to 450s this year, the young and talented Mason Semmens. Semmens picking up right where he left off in Paula, where he led most of the laps and lost by a mere 2 seconds to Dante Oliveira. Doing a pretty good job holding him off here.
But you know what's kind of nice is that Mason has been kind of in the shadows this year. Like we expected seeing him at Laughlin. We expected him to make a bigger dent, frankly, in the 450 class this year. I know I expected him to be up higher way earlier than he actually is. But man, the confidence that he's gotten at Paula is pretty amazing on what confidence can do for you. I know that the Precision Concepts crew has done a lot of work with them suspension-wise, so it's awesome.
Yes, indeed it is. Mason Semmens continues to lead the field around. We give you some of the other running orders for Stroke A. It's Watson, Lehman, Trevor, Hunter, Moore, Duggan, rounding out your top 5. Great battles all over this racetrack.
Oh, wow, look at Pro 2.
Pro 2, we got Dustin, is that Davis and Simpson?
Oh!
Nose to tail. And here we go.
It's a
Oliveira
drag
got
race.
around
He
him.
got him.
Semmens trying to get back around him. We may see some contact at the top of this hill. Semmens doesn't want to relinquish
back
anything
around.
at this point. It looks like Moto Fest Part 2. My goodness. How about this? We're motocross racing here in the NGPC series. Dante Oliveira, Mason Semmens, 2 bright stars in this circuit.
Wow, we go away for a second. Just a second to show some other action, and these guys swap positions.
Man, unbelievable. And now, a familiar sight. Dante Oliveira with the perfect season, who has won every race he has entered here this weekend, continues to lead the way. Man, I wish Dante would have been here the last couple days. I think he would, my opinion, I think he'd have been right there with Bam Bam and Nichols battling it away.
You might be right.
You know, I mean, because think about it. Heft wasn't too far back. Heft was hanging with those guys. You know,
Instant
Dante can
replay.
run with Heft. Let's take another look.
So
at
here's
his
what
pass.
happened. Here's what happened. Mason to the outside, Dante to the inside.
Wow.
That was sweet. That was sweet. And then he just kind of shuts that door.
Look at that. Looks like the Hell on Wheels hill climb from yesterday with the Triumphs and the Harleys.
Glimpses of Lex Turner going up that.
That's right.
That hill, and then but Mason almost got him back on the inside. So that's an amazing, great camera work from our camera guys for the IWC Tire Pros Instant Replay.
Tremendous race we're witnessing here, and we're only a half an hour in, guys. We got a long way to go. Still a full hour. Think about how the psychology must change for one of these racers compared to a motocross racer.
That looks like the top. That might be the top 3 in the. And those guys are hucking that thing.
Yeah,
Wow.
Dustin Davis.
So that is Zeller out front, Davis in second, Cody Simpson in third, and Noah Gordon in fourth, with Sam Prochera rounding out the top 5.
Wow.
Sam got a really bad start, so he's definitely got his work cut out for him. And these guys ride here a lot.
This could be huge for Dustin, because I talked to his Hall of Fame father, Ty, and Ty said, look, we know to win a championship, we got to win out. We're that far back, and Prochera's that good that he's going to be there. But if things stay the way they are and Davis can work his way up, he could score some valuable points here. And shout out to Cole Zeller, too, because there's another individual that has incredible speed. He has battled some bad luck early this year, but this could be a breakthrough performance.
And this drone coverage gives you a really good shot of that's where they're going out. That's where they go out of the motocross section and go out into the off-road section. And then off to the left, you see that they're coming in on that was what we were calling the high road. So, yeah, versatility. Glen Helen has versatility for sure. That looks like that might be Cole Zeller. So he goes on the outside, and so he gets on a pavement section, and then he will go into the rocky, tight technical section that we saw Trevor Hunter give us on the course preview.
Zeller is on the move, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations for him. What a tremendous performance so far.
Man, that's an amazing drone shot of that section.
Whoa,
and then
what
you
was
can
that?
say that's them coming back in.
Woo!
So that will be the 450 class coming back in. That was Dante and Mateo, or Dante and
Simmons.
Simmons coming back in. That's how you go out. They come off the dirt right there and go back down. But so that this track takes you all the way back out to the Glen Helen Pavilion. I mean, if there was a concert playing, those guys could stop and hear the music, but we don't have to do that because Troy Lee brought the concert to us last night.
Yes,
so,
he did.
So this is the very top of that area, and it goes all the way to the top and then kind of comes back around, and hopefully we can stay with this shot because this gives you a really good idea of where they're going.
I gotta believe that pavement section has got to be a knobby killer too.
Oh, it is. For
Wide,
sure.
I mean, wide open on that, right?
So that's coming out and then going along the top of the pavilion. That's the grass section of the pavilion. And then they turn around and drop down again and then come back down. And then you'll see them on looks like that might be Cody Simpson right there on that YZ250 from Simi Valley Cycles. But then they kind of wind down a little bit like this, and then they will jump right back on the pavement and work their way down. I wish that we could actually show you the section that we call Costa Rica because it's like a little rainforest in there. So these guys will turn down right here off of this and then drop into those covered section. We like to call that Costa Rica because, like I said, they're still running water down through there right now.
Truly amazing. It's hard to believe we're in Southern California. Like I said, that reminds me of being back on the East Coast. We'll take a look at Ava Silvestri running second in the women's category, doing a great job on her Husqvarna as she gets ready for WMX. As Mark mentioned, winner this year, won the Stead Nevada round. Our buddy Jared from Stead and MMX, he's with us here this weekend, cheering her on. So big thank you goes out to them, and we'll see if Ava can keep that forward momentum. She has done such a good job as she not only trains for WMX, but also 6 days coming up. And that's the big one Dante Oliveira says is on his bucket list. He's got to win 6 days. About the only thing he hasn't done in his illustrious career.
Yeah, because he's won just about everything else that he's tried to do.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch Paula in a couple weeks and see what he can do there. I think he may surprise a lot of the outdoor motocross boys.
Yeah, he definitely has raw speed, that's for sure.
We continue on, ladies and gentlemen. It's round number 6 of the Rocky Mountain ATV MC NGPC series, presented to you by FMF.
There is the 6th time right there on the truck track.
Yes, indeed. Dante opening up pretty nicely. Where is Mason? Uh-oh. And this is where you talk about the ebb and the flow, and did you go out too fast? Did Mason perhaps lose steam? Dante
looking back. Well, I don't know if we've ever seen that.
Maybe he was trying to, maybe like me, he's confused. Where's Mason? Let's hope something didn't happen to Mason. We'll see when we get wider on this shot if we can see Simmons coming to view, but I don't see him, Mark. Oh, there we go. Thank goodness. Okay, that's good news. You always wonder when you see somebody disappear like that, did they have a bike problem? Because Mason did already have one disastrous bike problem earlier this weekend. I think it was in Friday in the Stopwatch Nationals. A rider fell in front of him and he broke his radiator. We will be back right after this, guys. Stay with us. We'll reset. A lot more coming. Round number 6 of the NGPC series will resume.
Before the gate drops, there's a moment when preparation and confidence merge as one. ASV's S1 Series single pivot adjustable reach levers are forged for maximum strength, backed by a 1-year unconditional guarantee. Because when that moment comes, reliability is everything.
I'm Jeremy McGrath, and I trust Maxxis tires. It's the only way I roll.
All right, Dante Oliveira, your 6-time defending NGPC champion, flexing his muscles back out in front. It is a Sunday drive for the man who was victorious in Utah yesterday, jumped in his truck, drove his lovely wife and his baby Vinny here to Glen Helen Raceway, showed up at 11:30 p.m., probably was slightly entertained or kept up late by the Southern California bands rocking and rolling, got enough sleep to be his usual Dante self.
Man, I gotta say, I've never seen Dante look back, but he might be thinking the same thing you were thinking is, what happened?
What happened?
He looked at it to where he thought that this was going to be a knockdown, drag-out battle, and Simmons is kind of falling off a little bit.
Either that or that band kept him up way too late. Maybe he didn't get enough sleep. Maybe little baby Vinny was crying. Those guys played Freebird like 6 times. I mean, at some point, I love Skinner. I love Freebird. At some point, you got to stop the Freebird, right?
See, and I wasn't actually here to see it all because I didn't get back from the hospital till about 1 o'clock in the morning. But it was definitely nice to be there and nice to. I know my youngest was here with my parents, and he was talking all about it. Yeah, they didn't stop doing stuff until about 11:30. So the party continues, and now we're watching NGPC racing on the track right now. It looks like Cole Zeller out front still in the Pro 2 class, so lots going on.
Got about 2,000 people watching on Dirt Bike Magazine YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much. Well, the last couple days, like I said, you have to catch up on the motocross action, but today it's all about off-road. Jack Rapella, Mark Tilley here with you. Let us know where you're watching from, and thank you guys for being here. We do appreciate it. This is what it's all about, spreading this Moto Fest event all over the world.
What happened to Dustin Davis? Dustin Davis was right in this battle. These guys were a lot closer. This last lap. Zeller kind of stretching it out. Cody Simpson putting himself in a good position to get a win. He's right there on the Simi Valley-backed YZ252 stroke. If there's a team out there looking for a rider, this man needs a ride. And if we can keep him on a Yamaha 2-stroke, we would all be a lot happier about that. But I believe that Sam has moved into third, if I remember seeing something right. But I could have missed Dustin Davis, but I know that he was in front of Sam this last lap.
No doubt about it. Some fast laps being put in right now, though, and that YZ250 hooking up. It's amazing how he competes so well with all these modern 4-stroke bikes with his YZ250. Great job. There's Sam Precheri, your point leader, trying to make up some ground. Tough day for him thus far, but he's got a fistful of throttle on that Mother F Energy SLR Honda. Mark might have to get out there and slip him another Mother F bar during the pit stop. Get him going.
I gotta say, I was a little bit skeptic about the Mother F bars from Samuels and the crew over there, and I'm liking them. I'm definitely liking them. I've been surviving on them.
They'll fill you up, man. You can save a lot of money on groceries. Let me tell you what. Instead of going grocery shopping, just get 14 of those. You'll be set for the week.
I've definitely survived on them this weekend with all the stuff that we're doing, and we don't have a lot of time to do it, and making it happen. So thank you, Mark, and the Mother F Bar crew.
We've got about 50 minutes remaining in this event, in round number 6, before we break for the summer. The question is, can anybody stop Dante Oliveira? And right now, it's not looking too promising for that. And, you know, I'll tell you, I mean, we're not trying to slight anybody. It's just been one of those races. We really haven't even seen Dare. We have not really seen Mateo. Where's Justin Heft at? We haven't really even seen these guys on camera just because our leaders are so far in front.
Yeah, and they were pushing hard. This this battle for first place in the Cody Simpson really coming up on Cole Zeller. So this battle for the Pro 2, we might not have a battle currently in the Open Pro class, but the Pro 2 class is definitely not disappointing.
Wow, what a tremendous battle we are witnessing onto that paved section. Like I said, you go from soft sand out into the paved road. Not the easiest thing in the world, but this is such a cool course. It's so amazing. I bet a lot of people that are watching this from afar are like me, and they're surprised you can do this in Southern California. I mean, there's a lot of restrictions, different places. There's places you can't ride. But here in San Bernardino County, man, it's a free-for-all. I love it. Maybe that's the benefit of Bud Feldkamp leasing this property since 1985. He gets a little bit of leeway with what he can do.
Well, and they work together, too, because it's all kind of state-owned. They work together. They'll use this road from Glen Helen for extra parking for an event. If they have a big event, like they think they have some of those the raves that go on and stuff like that, they'll use this as an access road, especially for the crew, like to get in and out, because the other side can be a little bit congested, and so they'll use this as a way out because it gives you a completely different access to the freeway.
Got another opportunity to save you some money, give you some information about one of the best suspension companies in the world, Bob Bell Precision Concepts. They're here with us this weekend. They travel to every single round of NGPC. They've been responsible for the success of so many great racers. So take out your phone, scan that code, and support those who support your sport.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to run Bob's suspension for, the last 15 years. So definitely a really key part of my my racing success. Not a lot of it, but my racing success. So thanks to Bob, and he does a lot of project bikes with us as well. But just a great group of guys that, like you said, are here and are willing to help out, no matter whose suspension you're running.
So we will give you an update on our run order, but as for now, it continues to be that young lady, Moto KK, Dante Oliveira, and Cole Zeller, 2 KTMs and a Honda, are leaders when it comes to the pro categories right now. Moto KK so fast. This is one of her home tracks, only 30 minutes from Riverside, California, for a young lady with a bright, bright future. In fact, I talked about the opportunities and Moto KK trying to figure out ways to prolong her career. From what I understand, she's thought about jumping into some of the races with the boys just to grab some of that purse money that she may be able to run. Especially with how much money was being paid out this weekend by Bud Feldkamp, paying back to 20th place in our motos. You wonder what a Moto KK could do.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be a historic feat?
It'd definitely be interesting.
She's fast, and she has the perfect training partner, her boyfriend Parker Ross. He was right up there in the mix, so she knows how fast she has to go. Look at her flying up that hill, wide open on that CRF.
SLR got that bike working really good. The show of suspension. I think our buddy Jamie might even do some of the motors for these guys. They run Pro Circuit exhaust.
Jamie Ellis, it was great to see him here. He's taking a much-deserved weekend off. Even though he was here on Thursday, I was surprised to see him. He was chatting with some of the teams that I shook his hand from Twisted Development. What an unsung hero. One of the driving forces behind Ken Roxon's championship this year. Squeezed 5 more horsepower out of Kenny Roxon's bike. And he works with a lot of the teams out here, like Mark alluded to. Sometimes those teams like to keep it a secret. They're speed secrets. They don't like telling you who they're working with. I do a lot of grudge racing. Grudge racers will never tell you anything about who their engine builder is, what they're running. In fact, that was, I've got myself in some trouble being nosy and asking questions. Sometimes it's the same way out here, speed secrets. They've all got them, setup secrets. Some of them are an open book, but not
very many of them.
Not very many. I wondered, what I actually wondered yesterday is with Justin Heft on the box and his resources being tied in with Pro Circuit, I wondered, was that a factory Pro Circuit bike that he was on? Were there any factory parts? But who knows? I know it was a different bike. Yeah,
it was a different bike. It was set up in Moto. Whoa.
That's crazy. That section's getting rough. When you run with a legend like Mitch Payton, I bet he's got a little bit of pull on what he can get you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. But again, like we were talking to those guys, they were saying that sometimes too much power is not a good thing. So you got to get that power that's usable for you and what you like.
Here we are back out on the off-road track. Hope everybody gets a chance to watch a race there one day. We had some good times there with the Lucas Series. Like I said, Brian Deegan, Jeremy McGrath, all the big pros were out there on Pro 2, Pro 4 trucks, UTV. UTV racing getting very, very popular as well. And they still do it here at Glen Helen, one of the many tracks on sites. They're racing something every single day here. And right now, that man, Sam Pritchera, the 87, trying to maintain his point lead.
Trying to make up some time right now. I believe he's worked his way up into 3rd place now, because I don't think we ever got a check on where Dustin Davis was. Dustin was in front of Sam, but I think that Sam has worked his way into 3rd place behind Cole Zeller and Cody Simpson. And we did get a little bit of an update that Dustin Davis has dropped back to 5th.
Well, they say your championships are won on your worst days, and that may be the case right there. Okay, interesting. We're getting word from some of our spies out there that we could see pit stops soon. Some people like to go about halfway. Some like to wait for that hour mark, which would still be 15 minutes away, but maybe this brand new refaced, softer Glen Helen is causing some of these crew chiefs and mechanics to be a little cautious and bring these guys in for fuel. What will the 6-time do? Whoa! Dante, trouble in the scoring chute. No problem whatsoever, though, back in a fistful of throttle on that factory Red Bull KTM. What do you think, Mark? Is he coming in soon, or are they going to leave him out there?
You know what? I think it's a little bit too early, but they might be able. He's got a lead now, so it might be kind of safe. With having still 45 minutes left, about 45 minutes left to go, I'm not sure. But, hey, you know what? The pitch strategies are pitch strategies, and you never know what could be working there.
This track is just getting rougher every single lap as well. So many bikes out there, just thousands and thousands of laps over the last 2 days. I had an opportunity to walk it yesterday with the Hell on Wheels things, and it's funny because the corners are a lot different than I remember. Really soft and loamy, as you can see with Dante right there. But some of these straightaways, It's amazing how quickly they go back to good old Glen Helen. Hard packed. I'm talking rock hard on some of those sections. Unbelievable. All right, Dante stays out on the new Talladega turn. Dennis Stapleton telling me
he's pulling it out.
Yes, he is.
Dare's starting to gain a little bit on Mason. Mason in.
Uh-oh. Is everything
Pit Boss
okay?
Bob making it happen. Mason lost his visor. I think he lost his visor when he pulled off his goggles, because those helmets have those breakaway visors, I believe.
I like the strategy, though, because think about it, things aren't going your way. Try something different. Now the pressure shifts to Dante Oliveira's team, not Dante himself, but his team. They know they've got to get him in and out quickly because Mason doesn't have to stop.
That was a fast pit stop.
That was a really fast pit stop.
We saw a fast pit stop from them at Paula, but man, that was a fast pit stop. Not sure if he has broken that visor or what's going on, but I'm not sure if they're. Oh, Mason stuck it in a turn there. Oh, Surratt in for some. Is that no? That's Tyler Lynn.
Tyler Lynn at SLR Honda team.
Yeah, the last pit stop was definitely faster than that.
And those guys getting ready for a big showdown in Baja in a couple weeks.
Man, our spies are on it.
Yes, they
We
are.
were thinking that they were coming a little bit early, but our spies down there are on it.
And I love it. As Cole Zeller, the breakout performance he's been waiting for all year. Will they bring Cole in? Get his pit stop out of the way, or will they leave our leader out? We shall see as Cole Zeller approaches pit road. Brand new member of the FMF RPM KTM race team this year. Has done a great job, and it looks like Zeller will stay out. So that's been the call. Leave the leaders out.
And where is Cody Simpson? Because Cody Simpson was right on him.
We'll keep a close watch on it, guys.
Cody
there he
Simpson
is.
in.
Cody Simpson in. As you can tell, his fuel, a little bit of a different color. Why is that? It's premix, baby. That YZ250 two-stroke is away. He's off. So same situation here. There's got to be, I would think, a bit of a mental advantage knowing you don't have to come in. It's over with. Now it's up to you.
Oh, no, it looks like Noah Gordon came in.
Noah Gordon in, throws that water bottle down, throws the tear off, and he's off and away. Our leaders still need to pit.
Now we'll have to see if Sam Pachera was able to get around Cody Simpson during that pit stop, or if Cody was able to hold second place.
Lots to talk about, lots of excitement, that's for sure, guys. We are halfway gone here, round number 6 of the NGPC series. Before we head to summer break, it's Oliveira, it's Zeller, and it's Moto KK leading the way in their respective categories. But what did we learn yesterday? What do we learn? What are we reminded of every time we run Glen Helen? Anything can happen. One of those phantom holes reaches out and grabs you. One of those obstacles grabs you. A lot can change, and I certainly don't want to give anybody the announcer's jinx, but I remember, what was it, a couple years ago that we saw even the great Dante Oliveira overshoot a corner on top of the hill and have trouble here. I believe that's when Tyler Lynn was able to get around him and get the win. So a lot can happen. 40 minutes is an eternity at Glen Helen Raceway.
Yeah, it definitely is. There's a lot that can happen, like you said.
So many treacherous obstacles out there, so many tough spots. And there, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite racers. What an inspiration. The Cowboy Colton Eck. Getting it in, getting it done. I'll tell you, when he puts it all together, he's one of the fastest out there in the Pro 2 category. He's had a tough time, and you know this, a vivid reminder this weekend of what happened to your son. We continue to send thoughts and prayers to him, but, you know, the injury aspect of this sport is one that is very, very tough, and if you can't stay healthy, it can really be frustrating.
Yeah, it's not when you're riding these motorcycles, it's not if, it's when. So you're going to go down. You just need to kind of limit what you have, and then a lot of it is mental toughness, coming back from something. Why do you really want to ride these things? It's fun, and it's either in your blood or it's not. Like when you have those kind of injuries and you got to come back, it's either you want to do it or you're not going to do it.
Well, Brennan Watson trying to keep her on two wheels. Moments ago, we saw Carter Klein, who's stepping in for SLR Honda this weekend, a former Baja winner. In fact, Klein, Prachira, and Lynn are getting ready to go run the Baja 500 in a couple weeks for Mark Samuels. How does Mark Samuels have time with everything he's involved in? Supercross, all kind of stuff. Speaking of, and not only does he have time for that, he has time to be an entrepreneur, a foodie, because there is a new bar sweeping the nation, a new energy bar, a new meal replacement bar, and it is known as, what's it known as, Mark?
It's known as the Mother F Bar.
Let's find out more about it.
All right, so if the name Mother F doesn't make you wonder what's going on underneath this tent, we got Mark Samuels. Mark Samuels, what is Mother F?
So Mother F, it's an all-new nutrition bar that me, my wife, and family started over about 11 months ago. And it's an all-organic whole food bar that's cold-pressed, which literally means that it's just the organic raw ingredients pressed together in cold form, so it doesn't lose any nutrition value from overheating it or putting it in a process. So the only way that we preserve our bar is by honey. So it's got a lot of sugar in it, but it's purely from organic honey, and that's what preserves this. So we got a 6-month shelf life on this all organic food bar. It's naturally balanced with all the whole foods between your carbs, your fats, your proteins. It's an amazing bar.
So now, how did you come up with this? There's some kind of gene or some kind of something going on, and then where'd the name come from?
Yeah, so the name comes from, so my wife and I kind of started on our own little health journey, after having the 2 kids, and, you get into your 30s and you kind of start feeling like crap, and we did some testing and learned about some stuff, and there's a gene mutation called MTFHR, and they call it the mother gene, the mother F gene, mother effer gene. And it's where you can't process folic acid or B vitamins. It has to be methylated. It's a whole story, but through that process, it causes you to have a lot of inflammation and causes a lot of issues internally. So through that, that's where we went through. I eat a lot of bars, like especially pre-running Baja and all that stuff. So I was talking with my wife one night, and I was like, why don't we just create a bar that is MTFHR gene friendly? And we came up with a name, and that's where the name comes from. But really, Mother F is for food, flavor, function. It's really embedding the F is for food.
So now, where can people find out a little bit more about the Mother F bar if they want to purchase it, or just a little bit more information?
Yeah, so we'll be out here at Glen Helen for the whole weekend. We go to quite a few of the NGPCs. I'm at pretty much all NGPCs, so you could always come talk to me just personally, even if we're not set up. But also you can go to our website. It's motherf.com, so super easy. We have our social, but we have a lot of stuff on our website to learn. And if you have any questions, just email us, even info@motherf.com or whatever. Track us down. If you have the gene mutation, reach out to us. But come try the bar. It's amazing. It tastes great, and there's nothing else like it on the market.
So now, I eat bars as well, going on long trail rides with the magazine, stuff like that. What makes this bar different than, say, a Cliff bar or a Power bar or something like that? Is it the ingredients, or what is it?
Yeah, so, a lot of bars start off with like a good ingredient, but they put it through a process. Like they put it in like a hopper, and they spin it all up and put it into a mush, and it gets processed, like very processed down. So it loses all its nutrition value. And then they throw extra nutrition in there to like try to make up for it, but it's all processed bullcrap, really. So that's why it being a cold pressed bar, you don't lose any nutrition values, and you're keeping your raw ingredients of what it is, and that's the big difference.
All right, well, if you're looking for a healthy bar with sustained energy, check out the Mother F bar. Go to their socials, go to their website. Back to you guys in the booth.
And they're so good, he sold out of them here this weekend. There's one of them right there.
I've been living off of these things. I mean, this one's halfway done, or more than halfway done. I've already had one this morning, or a quarter of one this morning before I raced, and then now I'm doing it again. But there was a bunch of them up here. There was a couple boxes of them up here, and they're disappearing. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. As we take a look at Moto KK, part of that Mother F team. I know she's been gobbling up those bars, loving them. Shout out to her as we're going to take you back moments ago. Moto KK coming in for a pit stop. There's Juan. There's Carlos. I'm sure Mark Samuels looking on nearby, filling her up with race fuel with the IMS quick dump, and she is off. A quick look back to see where her competition is, and Moto KK out on a Sunday drive. It is business as usual for that young talent. Business as usual for this man, Dante Oliveira. Let's keep an eye on him because we should have a pit stop coming up, and he's got his main man.
He's not that far away from where the pit stops would be. He's coming through the scoring chute right now.
Yeah, he's got his new mechanic this year, Banjo, who came over from the GNCC series, ready to give him this pit stop. Banjo was not with him yesterday either. Interesting that Dante does so much. A lot of times he's out on the own. It was a different bike yesterday. So Banjo waited here with this bike as Dante arrived. And some of the benefits when you're backed by the factory, KTM.
This is impressive. This
Very
is
impressive.
crazy impressive that he went out hard and went out early, matching anybody, Mason doing it. But Dante's already gone through the scoring chutes. Mason, I believe, is going through the scoring chutes right now. So he has stretched it out. Like, he answered the call, and if he can hold on to win this race, I don't know if we could ever pick anybody else to win.
Yeah, and I feel like we are right on time for what Dante's team has always said. They always like to pit around an hour.
Oh, here he comes, coming in.
Look at this, 58 minutes in. Dante looking for a supplement. There's his lovely wife right there who has helped him. What an awesome teammate she is.
That's a good pit stop, too.
That's a very good pit stop by Banjo. Gets the fuel in. That's bad news for the rest of the field. Dante roosting Talladega already. He knows, too. He knows you guys gave me the pit stop I needed.
Dare's in for a pit.
Dare's in. Where's Mason Simmons? So there's Mason. We still got.
I think Mason was already in front of Dare, but what happened?
I don't know. Problems for the Beta 450 RC.
He might have been just getting the gas cap back on.
Let's hope.
Or it's not actually a gas cap. It's just kind of a flap that covers it.
Dare's another individual that's just so talented. He could win any given weekend. He's had some tough luck this year at various rounds, but he has shown us he has the speed. Gosh, just so hard for these guys to keep pace with Dante. Dante's just proven to be bulletproof. The man doesn't make many mistakes. How about his wife, though? I mean, I want to give a huge shout out to her. They say find like-minded partners. I asked his wife if they're going home because they're from pretty far up north. She said, no, we're staying here for the next 2 weeks because Dante's running Paula. I said, well, what are you going to do? She said, I'll keep myself busy. We'll mountain bike and have fun and stay where we stay, maybe do a little shopping. But she's out on the road with her man, living the dirt bike life.
Yeah, it's a good gig if you can get it, that's for sure. So Cole Zeller out front. I don't think Cole has pitted yet. I think that he kind of went through it. So we know that Cody Simpson has pitted. So now the question is, can Cole get in and out of the pits? Because we're only got 30 minutes left. Can Cole get in and out of the pits before Cody Simpson gets by or gets even closer?
Cole Zeller hoping to get the first win of the year for this talented racer. We saw definitely flashes of it last year, and here comes that FMF RPM Racing 250. There's Cole's lovely fiance, Kylie, who helps him out so often. Another great woman of the sport. She loves it.
Cole's got a handguard down. Just little details right there. Cole's got a handguard down on the left-hand side, so hit something. So now the question is, did Cody Simpson get by? Because we saw the pit guys were looking, but did Cody Simpson get by, or is Cody still behind Cole?
We'll have to sort it all out there as we are now an hour in to this 90-minute affair. 30 minutes to go. Zeller's down the hill. We'll try to find second position as he cranks it up and goes 22 stories up
Simpson,
Mount St. Helen.
We can look outside the booth here right now. Simpson is right on Zeller or behind Zeller, and then Right on Simpson's back fender is Sam Prachera
How
on
about
that
that?
SLR Honda. So 3 manufacturers. There's Cody Simpson. And if we pan back a little bit, we will see Sam Prachera coming in right behind him.
That's so
there
cool.
he is. There's Sam. Wow, Cody throwing that.
That is so cool when the battle comes to us. Pretty pedestrian and docile for the first 60 minutes in this class, but now we got to fight to the finish. And what did Mason tell us the strategy is for so many of them after that pit stop? It is an all-out sprint. Everything you got for the next 30 minutes. Could we see the YZ250 jump in front?
And that's pretty impressive because we're looking at it like they were in an all-out sprint for the first hour.
I know.
How do you know the difference?
That's a very good point, and I mentioned that as well. That that's the racecraft of Dante Oliveira. But for everybody else, when you can't catch an individual like that, there is no taking it easy and pacing yourself. It's a sprint for 90 minutes.
Yeah, that's it's next level. It's definitely next level. So we'll see if these guys can bridge the gap to, if now that they all have gas, will Sam push Cody forward to Cole, or will they start battling between themselves?
I don't think Dustin Davis totally out of this either. Let's see if he can make a move up towards the top of the pack. Currently running 4th women's category. Continues to be Moto KK. Ava Silvestri 38 seconds back. Maddie Weber hanging in there. Dana Rayner and Nichols with us here this weekend as well. Shout out to them. Awesome to see that. Looks like we got a total of 5 different ladies in the starting lineup. It'll be Watson, Lehman, Nemec, Moore, Lord, Duggan, Price, Vasquez, Hunter, Miller, and Danowski in 4-stroke A. That's Kai Hunter stepping up big. He is running in the 9th spot, making his papa, Craig Hunter, very, very proud. And there's the cowboy, Colton Eck. Nice, good performance for him today for Pro Circuit Off-Road as he continues to make his way.
Pretty
around this
surprised
race
that
course.
Colton's off the pace for that long.
We also got a special announcement here from the Dent Doc himself, Craig Hunter. He wants these viewers to know for more NGPC action, like and subscribe to the NGPC YouTube channel.
That sounds like a change order.
You know what? It does. As shout out to everybody watching us right now, too. Good buddy Warren Petty, heck of a racer watching from Alabama. Loving every minute of this. Warren, we need to get you to Glen Helen Raceway. This guy Warren takes the best photos. Could he ever take a photo for Dirt Bike Magazine if we get him here?
I think so.
All right, Warren.
And you can check out TBT on the screen right now. Scan that QR code for a little bit of a discount from those guys. TBT Racing, another one of those suspension companies that are out here all the time.
All the time.
And helping out, willing to help, no matter whose suspension you're running. I know that those guys are willing to help out, and they do a lot of off-road racing. So check out that. If you need a little bit of a discount, scan that QR code, and TBT will oblige that discount.
Super cool, guys. As we are less than a half an hour away.
Cody Simpson on the edge.
This is what we spoke about earlier. It's not over till it's over here at Glen Helen. There's just too much that can get you. And this is when that fatigue factor will set in. This is when mistakes can happen. We'll see if anything changes.
Sam, it looks like in this group, Sam's making a move towards Cody. Cody's not really going forward and getting closer to Cole, so might have to Sam might have to get around him and make his own charge to the front.
What a race it has been. 25 minutes showing on the clock here. Round number 6 of the AMA NGPC series presented to you by FMF and MMX. We thank you for being here this weekend, one of the many in attendance for what has been a sensational Moto Fest. From the Stopwatch Nationals to the Pro Showcase to the Hell on Wheels Hill Climb to the Baja Drags to the party, it's been fun.
Got a split screen, and on the bottom right-hand corner, that's Dante out front. And then you got the battle for first, second, and third in the Pro 2 class on the top. So, Dante just walking on everybody. So impressive.
Yeah, he sure is, especially the way this race started with Mason jumping out in front and showing that aggressiveness. It's just, it's just so hard. What is the answer for the rest of the field? I wonder too, industry-wide, you know better than me because you know what's going on and how much these factories are paying attention to off-road, but could there be a bidding war for Dante Oliveira? I know your buddy Timmy Wiegand probably doing everything he can to keep him locked up at KTM, but you would think everybody who sells an off-road motorcycle would want Dante Oliveira at this point.
Yeah, you know, I would think the same thing. There's lots of people that just want to have that number 1 plate on their bike. I think he's happy. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I think that KTM puts into a long line of the 6-day stuff for Dante, and I think that he's going to stay there.
All right, from what I understand, we're going to step away one more time, and then we're going to sprint to the end. So stay with us, guys. This live stream presented to you by Honda. We'll be right back from Glen Helen Raceway.
Before the gate drops, there's a moment when preparation and confidence merge as one. ASV's S1 Series single pivot adjustable reach levers are forged for maximum strength, backed by a 1-year unconditional guarantee. Because when that moment comes, reliability is everything.
I'm Jeremy McGrath, and I trust Maxxis tires. It's the only way I roll.
We got about 20 minutes left to go. We got great racing all around. Iconic and legendary Glen Helen Raceway. Jack Rapella from the Race Jack YouTube alongside Mark Tilley from Dirt Bike Magazine. There's Mason Simmons, fistful of throttle, giving it everything he's got here on the final day of Bud Feldkamp's Moto Fest.
Yeah, it's amazing to cap off the Moto Fest with this kind of racing is just amazing.
It is a sprint to the finish. Will we see this run order change? Will the great, incomparable, seemingly unbreakable Dante Oliveira make any type of mistake and open the door for this man? That's what we will find out.
And just like MotoFest has taught us, you never know.
You never know.
I mean, Justin Barcia out front, goes down, Dylan Ferrandis wins, then Colt comes back and 2-2 on the weekend. Just great racing action, and then Barsha decided to make it a little bit interesting going down in that exact corner right there that we just saw Mason go through. So you never know what's going to happen.
Historic weekend for Barsha and Ducati, too. You want to Uh-oh, who's down? Who
That's
is it?
Noah
Gordon. Noah. Let's hope he's okay. Man, the rider out of Tucson, Arizona on the FMF race team cheering on his teammates.
Yeah, I think
did he have a bike problem?
A mechanical problem.
Oh, tough break out there. I know Mike Hurlburt, his team boss, watching on from Washington, the former NASCAR truck driver. Let's hope everything is okay for FMF KTM Racing, but it is good to see Noah clapping. It means that he's probably feeling okay.
Well, Sam is all over, just coming by the booth right now. Sam is now all over the back fender of Cody Simpson. So right there we have the action. Our guys zooming in right there, but Sam,
here we go. Brett Shearer. Here comes that SLR Honda on the back of the Yamaha YZ250 two-stroke out of Simi Valley Cycles. We got a battle. It's Yamaha versus Honda. Two-stroke versus four-stroke. Sam trying to assert his dominance.
On the outside.
Can the point leader get back out in front? It's a motocross battle. Outside, inside, multiple lanes here at Glen Helen Raceway. The new and improved Dennis Stapleton track. A look back for the YZ250. He can't believe it.
Cody doing a great job shutting the door on Sam, but Sam's in that mode where we've saw it all weekend long. He's not following. He's looking for lines. He's looking for a way around. Usually the guys that are doing that usually find a way around.
Sam Precchiro with a head of steam trying to get by the two-stroke. The YZ250 of Cody Simpson having one heck of a ride here today at Glen Helen Raceway. And what can you say about all the different lines on this track? Dennis Stapleton, his team, congratulations. How many one-line tracks have we seen throughout our careers, Mark? This is not one of them. So many inside, outside, so many places to go.
And this drone footage bringing it all to,
look at this, case in point, inside, outside.
Yeah.
Which line is faster?
Whoa, Sam getting a little bit off, but it looked like Cody was washing that front end right there coming down, but he was able to save it. He was doing almost the same thing that Justin Barsha did where he went over the berm.
And remember, speaking to Dennis Stapleton, he said his goal was to slow Glen Helen down, to make it more technical, to round off some of these jumps and make the hills tighter, to make them more prone to mistakes. And I must say, mission accomplished, because we've seen a lot of mistakes here this weekend. That has made the racing very, very interesting. Saw one yesterday on one of the final few laps by Justin Barsha. Almost let Colt Nichols around. And right now, Sam Precchiro trying to get out of the exhaust stream of that two-stroke, blowing some oil, some good smelling oil in his nose.
And this could be helping out Cole Zeller. They might be fighting amongst themselves and letting Cole kind of get out. And, man, it's
Precchiro hammering it on this section. Where is Cole Zeller? How far ahead is coming up on a lapper? That lapper, looks like that lapper helped out the YZ250 a little bit. Now out of the way. We got 16 minutes remaining in this race, this 7-mile course through the Inland Empire of California, San Bernardino County, Glen Helen Raceway. Hang on, everybody. Who's got the fitness to take it to the checkered flag? I'm getting dizzy all of a sudden, Mark.
It's the speed.
Well, you know what's great about that view? That's probably what it looks like from the rider's perspective when you get tired.
Yeah, well, and then again, when you're coming down there, the speed, that drone's going fast to try to keep up with those guys.
That drone has worked miracles. From what I understand, went like 1.5 miles away following Troy Lee on the dual sport ride yesterday. Again, technology, things we couldn't do 6, 7, 8 years ago. We don't need a helicopter to cover this race.
Yeah, wow. Cody Simpson doing great in the little wash section in the rocks. And now coming up into a section that's a little more silty. Sam's kind of coming back. So Cody's stretching it out again. See if he can make a run at Cole Zeller, because Cole's kind of on cruise control out front.
You know what's cool too about these Southern California woods, how they are different than the East Coast? You probably couldn't do this at many GNCC races because it's so thick you wouldn't be able to see through the woods.
Yeah.
Here it's
we
light enough.
might have lost our drone. He might have gone too far.
Man. R.I.P. drone. Sorry about that. Hopefully that's not on the LNN media budget, or our birthday boy could be shedding some tears.
He might be buying a drone for his birthday.
It might be on Ross Fitz in Virginia, unfortunately. Sorry, Ross. 14 minutes remaining as we continue on here. We'll get a look at the 6th time coming around here soon, no doubt. Dante Oliveira, he looks to stay unbeaten. Brennan Watson flying. There's a guy who I look to be up in the pro categories before too long.
Yeah, I would say that he's going to make that jump this next year. And the only reason why we didn't see Dustin Davis in the Moto festivities is I hear that he wants to go back to Loretta Lynn's one more time.
Oh.
And if he races a pro race, he's considered he can't do that.
Did not know that. Okay.
So interesting stuff going on, but we'll have to see Tire Pro's instant replay.
Okay, so this was just moments ago, and I believe
is that Kai Hunt? Is that Mr. That's Kai Hunter
Cobra
taking
Kai.
out, almost
Cobra Kai.
taking out one of the leaders.
Was that Vince Freese, the roadblock, or was that Cobra Kai getting in the way? Did his dad, Craig Hunter, teach him those tactics? We got to teach him about the blue flag. You see that Yamaha blue flag? That's how big of a blue flag we need
Kai,
for Kai.
That means there's a race happening and you're not in
Holy
it. Get out of the way.
Holy man. Cobra Kai better hope that Mateo's not around us. Here comes the Beta 450 RC. Shout out to the Beta boys, Carlin Gardner and team. They're getting ready for the outdoors. I said, too, what's my opinion matter? But I said they should add Dare to that outdoor team. Dare might not like what I say because he says, I need a break. I need some time off. But Dare is a ripper.
Because Dare's doing multiple series.
Multiple.
And a lot of these guys are doing multiple series. So I know that Mason Simmons is going back and forth as well. Dante's doing the National Hare and Hound and the NGPC series. So lots of racing going on.
Giving you a great look high above San Bernardino, California. Final stages of this race. 12 minutes remaining. Dante Oliveira continues to lead overall. 15-second advantage over Mason Simmons, followed closely by Mateo Oliveira. I don't think we have seen Mateo in this broadcast. I'd love to be able to see the 831 Tyler Lynn followed by him. It looks like Cole Zeller running 6th overall, first in class. Very, very impressive for him out there on a 250. Something has gotten in to Cole Zeller here this race.
Yeah, no, he's riding great.
J.J. Concannon, Trevor Nelson, Carter Klein, Justin Heft back to 16th. Let's hope he's okay. We're expecting Justin to maybe run up front today. Speaking of, right on cue, there is the 2.7, the man who was on the box at yesterday's Pro Showcase race. It was Justin Barsha, Colt Nichols, and Justin Heft.
And he's got to be tired.
I mean,
that's
maybe a tough transition too, going from motocross to off-road.
Yeah, and coming back from injury as well, so he's definitely got to be tired.
We didn't see many people do it, right? We thought maybe we would see more. That transition may be tougher than we thought. I thought the great Josh Mosman might stick around and run NGPC. You got to talk him into staying with us, and some of the other boys out there. A lot of those moto guys, though, I don't think they wanted anything to do with this.
Yeah, and I think Josh is focused on motocross going into it. I believe this might be Dustin Davis that we're following right now.
But it's definitely a good way to go get a 90-minute exhilarating cardiovascular workout, that's for sure, to wrestle one of these motorcycles this hard along this unforgiving, punishing track here at Glen Helen Raceway. 10 minutes remaining. We're going to bring it on home. So glad you guys are watching with us. It is day number 3 of coverage, day number 4 of this event. Shout out to all of our viewers watching. Vitamac 4105, Logan Lane 574, Myro 947, Alex Miller. We see all you guys there.
White flag.
White flag, ladies
flag
and gentlemen.
out.
White flag for Dante Oliveira. This is it. Final lap. Time to bring it home from Glen Helen Raceway's MotoFest. All right,
and there's Mason.
So Mason, certainly not out of it, but you would think needs a mistake. needs something
he's
to
gonna
happen.
need something.
And
wow,
there's Dare.
Dare's right there. The top three are a lot closer than what we're thinking.
Dare's got an opportunity to catch Mason, and there, look at the 22 of Trevor Hunter hanging with the big boys. How about that? Dentok Kawasaki up there here today. Impressive. Very, very impressive as the white flag waves.
Definitely hanging with the big boys as they come around to maybe put him a lap down. I didn't see a Do It for Dua Lipa on there. I didn't see the Swiftie. I think what it is the Swiftie sticker's not on the front number plate or on the front fender. He might be being punished by the gods.
Oh my goodness. Dante Oliveira up on Talladega turn. Big fistful of throttle for him. How do you stop this man?
And
There is
there's
Mateo, who has worked so hard, worked on his body, gained a lot of muscle, 25 pounds heavier this year, riding for Husqvarna Off-Road. His team manager, Bobby Dawson, not with us. He's over at the GNCC series this weekend. Shout out to him, but certainly Bobby, Mateo's mechanic, that whole squad, they've been working hard trying to figure out ways to catch Big Brother. Another good weekend, though. There's just so much talent.
And another head scratcher, because they're not. Nobody's been able to do it. This was a completely different race strategy coming out of everything that was going on, and Dante answered the call.
No doubt about it. One of my spies told me, unconfirmed too, that we're hearing Husqvarna Off-Road back in 2027. That's great news. I know there's been a lot of changes. We hear the Supercross team probably going away, the one that Malcolm Stewart rides for. But
and I don't know if their team is completely going away. I think that they're just going to go back to instead of having that team in-house, I think they're going to go away. Like, I think they're still going to support a team, but it's going to be, for Supercross, it's going to have another owner, kind of like back when they had it before, like that. And then they brought it in-house. I could be wrong. They brought it in-house, and I think that they're looking for somebody to step up and do a Star Racing-esque thing. So
that would be cool.
See if that would be cool. It would be really cool.
Shout out to the 457 too, Hayden Hintz, having a good day out there. Junior A, didn't recognize him, the clean-shaven Hayden Hintz. I actually thought his lovely girlfriend might have found a new boyfriend when they were walking together. I said, who's this guy? But it was Hayden. He's getting ready for some of the desert action this year. I understand with Trevor Hunter, they're going to do the big Reno to Vegas. I don't know, maybe something you should do, Mark Tilley. It's a special year. That's a destination bucket list resume race.
I think that's a Ron Lawson thing. I think Ron Lawson needs to go to that.
That would be cool to see the dirt bike high torque family put together like a 5-rider team.
So Cole Zeller out front. I don't think any of those guys are close enough to charge. We'll see. We'll hold this right here and whoa, Sam is close.
Yeah, not hold the phone on that one. Prechira's got plenty of time, and that gap is not as big as we thought it was. The SLR Honda of your point leader, Sam Prechira, trying to spoil what has been a coming out party for Colt Zeller, trying to get his first win of the year, his first win with his brand new Mike Hurlburt FMF RPM KTM racing team. Still got a pretty sizable lead, but one mistake.
But it was it was a lot bigger the last couple laps when he was back with Cody Simpson. It was a way bigger gap. So gonna have to leave it all out on the track right now, because if not, Sam is going to get him.
Prechira is flying. Look at this great coverage down the hill. 22 stories, Mount St. Helen. And here's what I could tell you. I always tell the story when you invited me out a couple years ago. I fell down on my butt. Almost did the same thing yesterday. That hill is just as slippery. And look at this.
That's an hour and a half of racing, and he's able just to pull that out.
Clearly, they were watching MotoFest. Yeah. Because you and I were surprised when the top pros started using that as a sky coaster. I don't think that's how Dennis Stapleton drew it up. That is a massive jump.
Doing it.
It's just amazing. Some of the fast ways around they will find here at Glen Helen Raceway. This is it. Final lap. Round number 6. Before we break, before the series turns its attention to Idaho in August. And that's the next time they'll race NGPC.
Cole Zeller knows that Sam is there, because coming back the other way, you could see it. So I believe this is on Dante. This is Dante the last lap, going into the back section. And again, if you're looking for a seat cover, the great guys at Guts are making it to where you can get a little bit of a discount on there. Just scan that QR code.
Beautiful. Save some money, guys. Support those who support your sport. We appreciate all of our great sponsors on all these live streams that we do. Thank you guys so much.
If you want to be a part of a live stream, this is brought to you on the Dirt Bike Magazine YouTube channel, but this is the NGPC section of Moto Fest. You can contact Craig Hunter or the crew at NGPC to be a part of this live stream. And if you want to be a part of the Glen Helen live streams, you can contact Lori at Glen Helen to have your company on one of these live streams.
Super cool, guys. Final stages here. Final day of Moto Fest. Ready to bring it home as Dante Oliveira tries to stay unbeaten. A Carmichael-esque season. A Carmichael-esque feat. This man has won everything he's entered this year, including a straight-up motocross race, the two-stroke nationals. That's why I said if he wasn't committed to that Hare and Hound series, I'd have loved to have seen him here this past weekend.
And he bought his own bike to do it.
Unbelievable.
He bought his own bike to do it and then raffled it off afterwards. If you bought some merch, you got some tickets. So he wanted to do it bad enough to where he bought his own motorcycle. That's almost as impressive as the ride that he's put on today.
I can't wait to see him 13 days from now in Paula competing with all the big boys out there in the 450 category in the Pro Motocross Championship. Dante Oliveira poised and focused to make NGPC proud. I'm telling you, he could do something special out there. What's next for him? You know, I know he won 6 days, but you just wonder, the 6th time, how many times does he want to go out here at NGPC?
I'd go as long as they're paying you the big bucks to do it. That's for sure.
That's what Filthy Phil told me, Filthy Phil Nicoletti at age 37. He said, you find out quick that you stop racing your dirt bike. Working somewhere else, we're changing oil or working at the grocery store, not quite as fun. Doesn't pay as well either, does it?
Exactly.
So keep the gig alive as long as you can, and Dante does it well. Dante Oliveira, fistful of throttle, contending with this rough and tumble, chewed up Glen Helen racetrack as he brings it on home, brings the Red Bull-backed KTM home to a victory. What a weekend it's been for Red Bull out here.
Yeah, they're winning lots of races.
Yes,
it'd be interesting to see where Cole Zeller and where the Dante having a little bit of a lapper issue right there, but no problems. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see where the Pro 2 battle is at right now. Man, he's just flowing.
We'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, Dante looks like he's ready for the flat track races out there. What can't Dante Oliveira win? And, you know, speaking last year with his former team manager, his former mechanic, Bobby Dawson, I should say, he said, you know, Dante's just so focused. Doesn't party, doesn't go out. He's just all about getting better every single day and his family. That's it. Racing his dirt bike and his family, those are the two things that make him tick. That's how he eats, breathes, and sleeps every single day of his life, and it shows. Dante Oliveira.
And it's impressive. It's definitely, you can't, there is definitely a lot of people trying to knock this man down, and they cannot do it as of right now. They have not figured out the way to do it.
We got to make sure that Hare and Hound race doesn't conflict with MotoFest next year, because I want to see these guys battle. Speaking of battle, here comes Sam Prechira. Final charge. Cole Zeller trying to hold him off. Oh my goodness. The FMF RPM team has got to be biting their nails back there. They said, Cole, you've come this far. Don't squander your lead at this point, but this is when Cole can hear that big bad SLR Honda behind him closing in. Does Prechira have enough time? This is it. Final lap. Honda versus KTM in the 250 category. Zeller trying to get his first win of the year. Prechira trying to build upon his points lead.
And they have a decent amount of opportunities coming in here. There is pretty open track to where he can get by because he's definitely faster. Different lines going on there.
Prechira experimenting, not following, trying to close that gap. Who's got the fitness? Who's got the courage to hold it wide open? Looks like Zeller might have gained a little bit right there.
A little bit of his Baja experience might come into play here.
Yes, indeed. Prechira, that's certainly no stranger to holding it wide open.
That's where they're going to come back in as they go by Moto KK.
Moto KK, good job by her getting out of that battle. Saying, you boys have it. I don't want anything to do with this one. They've battled for 90 minutes. No time left on the clock. And now we bring it home. Can Cole Zeller continue to lead this race, or does Sam Prechira have anything for him? Looks like Zeller has opened it up a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like he had a better, in the wash area, he had a little bit better.
These KTMs are fast on the wide open sections. Very, very impressive. But that man from Australia with his whole family watching on. They watch every one of our live streams. Good day, mates. What a run, what a season it has been for him, and what a run it's been for this man. Just a few turns left to go, and ladies and gentlemen, round number 6 of the NGPC Rocky Mountain ATV Series presented by FMF and MMX belongs to this man. Say hello to your winner, the 6-time defending NGPC champion, putting together a perfect season, Dante Oliveira. Who will get second? Is it Dare? Is it Simmons? Dare did DeMartell sneak in front of Simmons? Or did Simmons already finished?
Yeah.
Simmons closed the gap nicely. And there is Kurt, Anna, and Hannah, the Hintz family down there. Congratulations to them, driving force.
Now we'll have to go back to the 250 battle and see what's happening there.
Dare DeMartell bringing it in. Great job for Factory Beta, the 450 RC. Putting on a good show, running with those KTMs. Let's keep an eye on that 250 battle. Where's our 250s? We got to get back to them here. Can Cole Zeller, Mateo coming through in fourth, we think. Officially unofficial at this point. We'll talk to all of our podium finishers and sort it out in a little bit, but we're still waiting this 250 battle, and here comes Tyler Lynn in. Good run for him. Checkered flag waves here at Glen Helen. Day number 4 racing. What an event it has been. And coming in, keep an eye on those numbers. Remember, it's a Grand Prix finish, so no matter what class you're in, when that checkered waves, you come off. Even some of these individuals a lap down in the different categories that they compete in, but we'll keep an eye on that 250 battle. Who's it going to be? Will it be Prechira? Will it be Zeller? Will Zeller get his first win of the year? Coming in hot here. I'm seeing yellow number plates still. It's amazing how many riders are out there on track. Here we go.
There they are.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, with our battle. That is Cole Zeller, I believe. He's got lap traffic in front of him.
Cole Zeller is coming into the finish right now.
Where is Sam Prechira? I think Prechira has run out of time. Cole Zeller looking to get the win for Mike Hurlbert's FMF RPM race team. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner today in the 250 category, Cole Zeller. Oh yeah, revving it up. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, Cole. You've earned it. Prechira not far behind
Those
him.
are some, this is an AMA event. Those are some hand gestures that might be not kosher right there with Zeller.
Zeller dished out?
Zeller was pointing back at something that could be consumed as a threat or something going on there. You never know.
I think he was trying to say I finished number 1.
Yeah, maybe that's
I think
it.
that's what he was trying to say.
I know Sam put his hands up like I don't know what he's talking about. So,
Man.
we'll have to. Oh, and there's Cody Simpson coming in. I believe Cody coming in third place. So,
Well, Mark, you're the
another-
roving reporter, so hit the podium.
Another podium performance for Sam.
And on the podium,
Or
you're going to
for-
have to get to the bottom of who Cole was saying was number one. Was he talking to the lapper behind him?
I don't know
was he
because that lapper behind him, I believe, was somebody that we know. That was Mr. Stover.
Okay, I was going to say, let's
No,
hope
it wasn't the Swifty fan club.
It wasn't Cobra Kai.
And it wasn't Cobra Kai trying to get in the way.
Glen Helen Raceway. Mark Pielli's on his way down to the podium. Stay with us because he's going to get us the answers to all the questions we want answers to. Thank you guys so much. Stay with us. This coverage will continue from Glen Helen Raceway. We'll be back right after this.
Smallest, mediumest, to almost big, too big. Let's run this, run this. Let's go, man. I mean, yeah.
Nobody can get Detta.
I think I hear Detta riding.
Best day ever!
Unfiltered joy and the all-new CRF 300F, made by Honda.
Before the gate drops, there's a moment when preparation and confidence merge as one. ASV's S1 Series single pivot adjustable reach levers are forged for maximum strength, backed by a 1-year unconditional guarantee. Because when that moment comes, reliability is everything.
So we're down here in the pits. We came across Mr. Samuels. Now, I know filming's over, but Ultimate Rider, the Ultimate Rider, what is it?
Yeah, the Ultimate Rider. It's literally a reality TV show of 16 contestants that battle it out for 2 weeks. And I put them through a bunch of competitions to choose one person to give them a ride on my team.
So now, where did this happen at? Was there a base? I got to see it all. I thought that it was pretty funny. We got to see some behind the scenes stuff. We did a thing in the magazine on it. But for all those viewers out there that have no clue, they're hearing about this for the first time, what went down?
Yeah, so Neil from Sunfair 42, which is up in Joshua Tree, and Bobby Lee, they approached me like, hey, we have this idea called the Ultimate Rider, and it's going to be a 2-week challenge, and like it's a reality TV show. And I'm like, whoa, like I was kind of stepped back by it, but I'm like, this would be awesome. So yeah, we worked on it and talked to CamWorks, and they're the ones that came and videoed it and edited it. And you know, we did a casting call. There was 70 people that showed up. 60 people officially showed up for the. A couple of them got hurt. A couple of them couldn't make it. So we had 60 people actually show up for the 2-day evaluation. First day was like a American Idol style, where they walked through the stage, did a one-on-one interview with us 3. And then the next day was riding evaluation. From there, we chose 16 people. They moved into a badass house 5 days later, and the competition started for 2 weeks. And we did a bunch of different things, from some off-road motocross start challenges, a sand track deal, a Grand Prix. Like, we did a bunch of different challenges to come up with the ultimate rider, and at the end I chose one person to give the opportunity to.
So now it wasn't just fast guys. These are people, guys, ladies, people from all different ages. There was older guys there, younger guys there. So how did you actually come up with, how did you choose one?
Yeah, so we had the ages from 16 was minimum, but youngest we had was 17, and it went all the way up to 35. So we had a big, wide variety of people, and we had a couple off-road guys, a couple women racers, and then we had some amateur motocross kids, and then some professional kids. So I wanted to have like a very big, broad spectrum of riders to choose from. So like with 16 people, it's actually quite a few people, right? So that's why I brought different challenges into it, and really got to see each person's individual like skills, and got to make a decision from there. And from that, it was pretty tough. Like, probably 5 or 6 of them really stood out by the end of the 2 weeks. And whether it's going to be off-road guy, a women's racer, or amateur motocrosser, or pro guy, I could do any of them. So it was kind of cool for me. For me, as a team owner, it's really badass because how else do you get to meet 60 people and get to know what they truly could do and who they truly are, and then you go down to 16 and really get to see them for 2 weeks and get to know them. A lot of times when you're choosing someone, you're just kind of throwing it out there and you don't know what they're all made of, right? So it was a really cool experience.
So now I got to give a shout out to one of my test riders, Harlem Nelson, who is on the show, and you guys will get to see that. Now, they will get to see that. They've seen social media. They've seen some stuff on YouTube, but this might come to a bigger network. Can you tell us a little bit about that, or is there? Are you still under lock and key on that?
Yeah, I mean, right now, so our original plan was just going straight YouTube and pumping it out there, and I had a lot of sponsors come on and help us do it, and we were just going to push it out there. We were kind of seen and found through us doing social media. So at first it was going to be 6 episodes. Now it's going to be 8 episodes. It might get moved to even more. And as far as like a different network, we're talking with people that are helping us try to shop that area, but we don't know exactly yet.
So how can, if somebody wants to see more of what we're talking about, how can they find it? Where can they find it? How can they be a part of the next one?
Yeah, so follow it on Instagram, The Ultimate Rider, TikTok, YouTube. Everything will be released on Instagram, like when we're releasing it. So like all the information will be released on Instagram. And then obviously partners like you guys and everyone that's part of it will be sharing and getting that stuff out there. So the best way is follow it on Instagram and YouTube, all our social channels. And right now it's quiet as we're working through the edits and everything, which we're six season or episodes done. We have 2 more that should be done in about a week and a half. And then we're pretty much ready to rock. But when we're dropping, we're not too sure. Originally our plan was the 29th, the day before Paula National. But if talks get a little bit more serious with going to different networks, we might have to pull it back.
All right. Well, there you have it. There's all the information on the Ultimate Rider program. Check them out on all their social medias. Back to the booth. Super cool, and we do appreciate the support of Mark Samuels and the entire Mother F team down there as we continue to bring them in through the Yamaha finish shoot here at Glen Helen Raceway. What a great 4 days it was. And the end of today's racing action, the man on top of that mountain, on top of Mount St. Glen Helen, again, is the one, the only, Dante Oliveira, getting it done. Here are your unofficial pro class results. It's Oliveira, followed by Mason Simmons, Derek DeMartil, Team Beta, coming home on top of the box. Another great run for Mateo Oliveira, Team Husqvarna. Tyler Lynn brings home a top 5 performance. And how about Ryan Surratt? 6th for him. Nice job as we give you a look down the top 10. I do believe Mark Tilley is ready with our podium finishers. Let's send it down to Mark Tilley. All right, we're down here on the podium. Sorry, we were doing a little bit of bench racing, but down here on the podium, Dare, the first few laps of that race it was hard to talk because you guys were going so fast. So take me through your race.
Yeah, I got off to a decent start, and at the top of Mount St. Helen was battling with Ryan Surratt and got into the 3rd position. And was just trying to charge hard. And there's a big silt section right after the tight trail. I don't know if you can see it on the live stream, but these guys blew through it and kind of left me in the dust there and couldn't see, went blind, and got through that safely as I could, and then just started putting the hard charge down. Ended up getting around Mason when he pitted, and then I pitted the next lap, and he snuck back by me again, and I tried to latch onto him and run the pace as long as I could. I felt great, but just didn't have the speed today, so third was all we got.
So now there's a lot of different kind of terrain, some kind of terrain that we're not used to seeing out there at a NGPC. How do you like it? Do you like these types of courses that are diverse like this, or would you rather go back to more of a moto base?
No, I like the diverse. I like the technical. It slows it down for us, and it's fun. There's a little more room to gain or make a mistake, and there's all different types of terrain. We have hard pack on the Glen Helen Moto track. We got a gnarly rock section. We got a trophy truck track where it's high speed flat track. It was a really good course today. The NGPC crew did great. Jared Fisher, MMX, killed it coming down here and giving up his round and coming to Glen Helen. And yeah, I like to thank the whole Beta USA crew, Aero helmets. My bike was awesome today. Shout out to my dad for keeping it all dialed in. And yeah, I can't thank the crew enough, man. It was I felt really good. Fitness was great. Riding was good. Just need to be up there a little more in the first 2 laps to run to the end.
So now going into the break, you got solid finishes. You might be doing some other stuff on the other series that you're running. Are we going to see you at maybe a pro national, or are you just going to take that time off and maybe breathe a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know these guys are going outdoors. It does make me want to go out and battle with the boys, but I might take this outdoor season off a little bit and just focus on the off-road stuff and enjoy a break. We race a lot, man. We're racing every weekend, so I'd just like to maybe take a little break. I don't know. We'll see. Kind of all plays, and we'll see how it figures out.
Sounds like you're a little bit indecisive there. You don't want to see them having fun without you, do you?
Yeah, no, I don't. And I have, the whole Beta USA crew, Mitchell and Benny are both going to be doing the whole season. So, it's easy to say no now, but when I'm at home sitting on the couch watching it, I'm sure I'm going to be wishing I'm out there. So it'll be fun.
All right, well, congratulations on third place. Good luck on the break. And we're going to walk over here to Mason Simmons. Mason, again, the pace that you guys put out there for the first few laps was amazing. I know you did do some of the moto course or do some of the moto races. I think that pace was faster than the moto races. So tell me about it a little bit.
Yeah, it was good. Me and Dante actually, was it last week, and I think we're at Parla together racing some motocross, a couple 10-minute sprints, and that's like 1 lap time here, So I just tried to put my head down in the first few laps and had Dante all over me, and he got by me. But yeah, the pace was definitely hot, but as you've probably seen in the live stream, I think you said there's a couple of moments in that high speed stuff as well. So we'll fight in it, but good race, good fun. We went at it the first few laps, and it was good fun for sure.
Yeah, we were wondering in the booth if you guys were going at it just a little bit too hard, and then you both were just going to be done for the rest of the race. But like you said, we did do a replay of one of your close calls in the wash. So again, I know you've done a lot of different off-road. The MotoFest and NGPC brought in kind of a different course. What did you think of the course?
I love the course. I thought it was awesome. I've in the past, honestly, I've struggled at Glen Helen. I don't know why, I just have. So I'm super happy with today with how I rode, actually. And a good start always helps. I was stoked to get a good start. And I love the course. We had that new wash down the back where I nearly cartwheeled, but it was fun. And then, without the ridges, I think, honestly, it made for some better racing, I feel. Especially if it's dusty up on the ridges, it kind of makes it hard to see and you can drop back real quick. So kept the racing tight and close. And, I'd be happy to come back and race this layout again.
Well, now, there was a little bit of an issue with your visor, too. You're kind of doing an homage to Mike Metzger with the no visor look. What happened there?
I was just going into that creek down there, and I hit a tree branch or something, and it actually bent down, and it covered my eyesight, and I couldn't see, so I had to quickly smack it off my head so I could actually see again going up to the rocks there. So that was that. I didn't crash or nothing. Just a little mishap.
All right, so who would you like to thank for getting you here?
The whole RPM, KDM racing team, Mike, Sherry, they do a lot for me. We've got Cameron, Andrew, Bobby Trial on the quick fuel always does an awesome job. And all my family and friends at home watching. Everyone gets up early and tunes in to watch me and support me, so shout out to them, and just everyone else that helps me. Thank you.
All right, well, congratulations on second place. And now we're going to walk over here to the man, the myth, the legend. I know Jack always asks me, like, how are these guys going to beat him? And I don't know. There's no kind of holes in your game as of right now that I can see. And you did a little bit of traveling and went up and won a National Hare and Hound, and now you're here winning the NGPC. So take us through your race.
Yeah, it was an epic race. Got out to the whole shot and just kind of sent one of the rollers a little high. Mason got around me, and the battle was on from there. We duked it. The track was super nice. You were able to go outside, inside, and switch up line choices to where we could keep the racing close and didn't have to play follow the leader. And I just had a blast. The pace felt good. It was strong, and the bike was great out there. So stoked with the race, and yeah, epic day.
The pace was just flat out fast. You guys, impressive rides on those laps, but I mean, it was just flat out fast. So now you are going to be doing some other kinds of racing. I know that you've been doing some testing with the factory team. What's your summer look like?
Round 1, hopefully Tim allows me to do round 2, and then round 3. So that's the plan.
And then maybe a little bit of a rest?
Yeah, a little bit of rest. I don't know, maybe something in July. Kind of get my leg pulled a little bit, but not too sure yet.
All right, well, who would you like to thank for getting you here?
My family, the whole FMF Red Bull KTM team. Banjo killed it this weekend, and Nick yesterday. WP Suspension, Damon and Travis, Asterix, Alpine Star, and Dunlop Tires, everybody behind that KTM machine. Thank you.
All right, well, there you have it. There's the 450 Pro Podium. We're going to come back with the 250s and then the women after that. So back to you, Jack.
How about that? Congratulations. In fact, we're going to step aside for 1 second. Stay with us, guys. We'll be right back with our 250 and women's podium. You don't want to miss. Stay with us here from Glen Helen Raceway.
This did not happen by accident. It's more than just stocking shelves. This is 40 years of breakthroughs, hard work, and pushing limits. Always striving to be better. Because greatness doesn't quit. Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Get ready.
I'm Jeremy McGrath, and I trust Maxxis tires. It's the only way I roll.
We welcome you back to beautiful Glen Helen Raceway as the dust settles on what has been an epic event. I feel like I've lived here for a week, and I'm not complaining. It's been a lot of fun. Let's keep MotoFest growing. Help us out there. Dirt Bike Magazine, YouTube. I know so many of you watching this have ideas, and let's keep this great event growing as we give you a look at the unofficial results here in the 250 category. Big congratulations to Cole Zeller getting his first win of the year, followed by Samuel Prochera, Cody Simpson, Dustin Davis, and the Cowboy Colton Eck. I do believe Mark Tilley has our podium ready. Let's send it down to Mark.
All right, back down here on the podium, Jack. We have the 250 pros and the fan favorite, or at least our favorite, Cody Simpson. You put that Yamaha in a position to where you had a shot at your first win. We were all pulling for you. Cole had other ideas. He didn't want that to happen. But take us through your race.
Yeah, I actually got off to a great start on the YZ250, and man, I was super mentally tired from yesterday. I ran out of gas at the National Hen and Hound and had to push my bike a couple miles through some sand, but then we hit a 9-hour drive to get here last night. But man, it was a great race, battling with the boys, and it was a super great track. The Glen Helen did a great job with the watering and the prep, and it was great.
Now, how do you go into a doubleheader weekend like that mentally? How do you go into it and try to figure out, I mean, it's got to be different from a regular weekend when you're just going in and racing one place at one time. How do you like mentally, is it different? Like, or do you prepare differently?
It was definitely stressful, that's for sure. The mental battle was there, and coming into today, I was pretty mentally tired. Not much physically tired because Gainslinger has me in tip-top shape, but I just went out there with an open mind, and whatever happened, and just twist the throttle and go fast.
All right, well, congratulations on third place. Who would you like to thank for getting you here?
My dad especially, man. He's been grinding even this weekend with a 9-hour drive, working on the bike, doing suspension this morning, doing mooses this morning. Gary Gardner from Semi Valley Cycles for all the help. Gainslinger Human Performance, Shop FLD Apparel, IMS, Wonder Electric, Blue Crew, Yamaha, and everyone else. Thank you so much.
All right, well, congratulations on third. What are you going to be doing during the break?
Training hard, baby.
All right, well, again, if you guys are looking for a rider, he's open. He's open for any chance he can get. Coming here to second place, Sam, you were definitely on the charge late. I know you got off the line a little bit slow, but you came back really hard. Definitely eating those mother F bars, giving you that energy. But take us through your race.
Yeah, I think I flamed the bike out on the start, and yeah, it's tough, honestly. Like I was way back, and I took too long making passes, and you know, I felt really good. The bike, yeah, was working good, and I just kept pushing, making passes, going through the pack, and had a shot, got pretty close to the lead, and just couldn't make it happen. But we got a nice points lead, so got a real nice one. So it's good to go into the rest of the rounds like that. And yeah, I mean, honestly, like I was stoked with how I rode. I think I rode great, and you know, if it was, you know, maybe for a few positions up that start, I think I really would have won. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Just got to work on the starts, and we're right there.
Sounds good, and I think you might be right. When you got behind Cole and you could see him, did it give you a little bit of an adrenaline rush and make you charge a little bit harder, or were you just business all the time?
It's business all the time, honestly. It's just hard to make passes on that course, and I was really close, and I had one sort of idea on the last sort of pass, and yeah, it was terrible. I lost so much time. So yeah, my last ditch effort was to go around the outside of the rocks, and it was real slow. So lost some time there, which was pretty frustrating. But no, was there the whole time and fought to the end, so it was good.
So now on the break, are you just gonna ride your off-road bike and do a little bit more? Are you gonna go back home, or what's your plans?
I'm going to go back home and race that Hatter Desert race, and yeah, just keep working on my weaknesses all the summer break, and I'll come back stronger, so it should be good.
All right, well, who would you like to thank for getting you here?
Just the whole SLR Honda team, yeah, everyone that's involved, Mark, Carlos Swan, all the mechanics, they do an amazing job, and yeah, make sure that we're ready to go on the weekends.
All right, well, congratulations on second place. Cole Zeller, you got the big W. Now, if I was thinking about it when I was talking to him, this is your second win in NGPC. Did your first win come here as well? Yeah. So you're kind of a Glen Helen guy. So take us through your race.
Yeah, I got off to second on the start, kind of really squeezed through, kind of made a little bit of an aggressive move. I didn't think it would work out, but it did. So, and then I was able to make a pretty quick pass, lap 1 on Dustin, and just tried to pull away, but I was a bit of a struggle on the moto track, some of the tighter stuff, and so I wasn't able to pull away like I would have liked to, but end of the day, I'm pretty happy on the result. This series has been kind of rough for me so far, so it's get as many wins as I can the rest of the year and see how it plays out. You never know what can happen, but yeah, all in all, I'm happy on the day.
So now it's been a little bit tough for you. You had a mechanical, right? Like something happened to a bike. You didn't go down, didn't get hurt, but you had a mechanical at one of the rounds, correct?
Yes, at Stead, I had a mechanical that just took me out like 2-3 laps in, and then that was a straight DNF, and then so that kind of put me way back in the points, and I had a not so stellar race the last round at Paula. So yeah, no pressure's off, man. We're just going for wins.
All right, now Cody was right behind you for a lot of that. Could you hear that YZ250 singing?
Dude, absolutely. I'm like, man, this guy's not getting away. Cannot get away from this guy, man. And even after the pit, he came back too. So you can hear that two-stroke. Sounds good.
All right, well, who would you like to thank for getting you here?
My Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the whole FMF RPM KTM team, my beautiful fiance Kylie, my mom and my little brother and my dad, and everyone who came out to watch me this weekend, and the Rosati's watching back home, and yeah, man, everyone that supports the team, everyone supports me. Ryan Hughes, man, we've been putting in a lot of work, and it's showing. So yeah, just good weekend.
All right, well, congratulations on getting the win. The second one here at Glen Helen, so congratulations there. All right, Jack, that's a 250 podium. We'll be back with you with all the women. Back to you.
Congratulations, guys. Congratulations, Cole Zeller. Big win out there. And there will definitely be a party in the FMF RPM Racing pits here tonight. What an event it was. Moto Fest. Still going to hear from our lovely women in just a few moments. And we remind you, as we take a look over beautiful Glen Helen and some of the great people enshrined up there and some of our angels looking down from above, that we're loving every single minute of this event. Look at that on cue. A bird flies across the screen. Michaela Moto KK Nielsen taking the win here in the women's category. Ava Silvestri back by about 3 minutes, followed by Madison Weber, Dana Rayner, and Addison Nichols. Your top 5 here in the women's category. It is round number 6 from San Bernardino, California, as NGPC season heads to summer break. After this, it'll be all eyes on Preston, Idaho. We'll give you updates on that throughout the summer, too, as the great Craig Hunter and Mr. Hintz and Mr. Rooney figure out exactly how that event's going to look for NGPC. But like I said, some great people enshrined here that we're thinking about, all the loved ones we've lost along the way, smiling down from up above. That is for sure. I do believe in just a few moments we've got our pro women ready here. The second annual Moto Fest. Can't wait for the third annual. Can't wait to see how they build that event. It was so much bigger and better this year. I think next year is going to be even better. That's for sure. Thank you guys, too, for watching all weekend long this live coverage. And speaking of the live coverage on the Dirt Bike Magazine YouTube channel, Mr. Dirt Bike Magazine himself, Mark Tilley, has our ladies. Let's send it down to him.
Okay, Jack, we're down here for the final podium of the 2026 Moto Fest, and it is the women's pro class for NGPC. Maddie, you've been gone for a while, right? Haven't seen you for a while, so what have you been doing?
I've honestly just been hitting any races that I want to. Anything that strikes my interest, I just want to go do. I'm kind of bad at sticking to one series.
That sounds like a good plan to me. If it makes you happy, you go ride it. So third overall today. Take us through your race.
It was kind of boring. I was all by myself the entire time. I think I was battling with one guy for a little bit, but yeah, just by myself.
Just by yourself, trying to keep yourself motivated.
Yeah, it's kind of hard when you're riding by yourself. I felt like I was kind of not doing race pace, but yeah.
So now we're running into a break for the series. You're not following the whole series naturally, but you're on third on the podium at this one. What are you going to be doing on a summer break, or are you just going to go find more races?
Yeah, more races. I think I have kind of a busy schedule the next 2 months doing Mammoth, I'm going to try to do an MMX round or WMX round maybe, and then, I don't know, a couple more races. I forget what I'm doing though.
So do you already have your pro card and everything like that on the women's side?
No, I'm really like last minute with this stuff.
All right, well, congratulations on third place. Who would you like to thank for getting you here?
My family, my sisters and everyone, Gainslinger Performance, Cameron, they helped me out a ton, keeping me in shape. Kurt, Nicole, RD Suspension, and that'll do it.
All right, we'll hope to see you more this year, and good luck on your break that's not a break. So you heard it here. It sounds like Michaela's trying to get just about any women's pro rider to a WMX race. She's helping them with their license. She's doing all kinds of stuff. Speaking of that, you've had a doubleheader. A lot of people. Well, not a lot of people. I think it's only some of the top people have done this. But you were in Utah at a Hare and Hound and did pretty well there. And then came out here today and second overall. So take us through your race.
Yeah, not bad. I was honestly, I wasn't really that nervous this time around. I think I got all the nerves out of the way yesterday at the Hare and Hound, but got the whole shot, and I knew I was going to be a little out of whack just having only unclassified this morning on the track. But yeah, I kind of just tried to hope that I could, I don't know, wake up a little bit. But yeah, KK got me probably, I don't know, as soon as we left the moto track a little bit, and I tried to just stay behind her and stay as close as possible. But I guess we're not all as good as Dante, so we can't win 2 in a row and one each day of the weekend. But, second is still good. I mean, I was kind of by myself for the most of the race, but at the same time, I don't know. I was riding good. I wasn't riding good. I don't know. At the same time, oh well. I'm just happy to finish, I guess.
Yeah, hey, finishing, you got to finish before you can get on the podium. And you're on the podium. You got a win yesterday. So I would say it's a pretty good weekend. Who would you like to thank?
Of course, my parents for coming along with me this weekend and driving all last night from Utah because I sure as hell wasn't awake. So big shout out to them and the whole Norman Racing team, Husqvarna, Troy Designs, FMF, Oakley Goggles, AME Grips, Racer Decal, and everyone else. Thank you.
All right, now you might have a busy a break because I know she has talked you into doing a WMX. Did you get all that stuff figured out, and are you going to be at the first round?
I'm still waiting on the full approval of my license, but at the moment I'm pretty sure I got approved, but I will not be at the first round just because I still have a couple more West Share Scrambles before the summer break, so I'll probably be at round 2 at Thunder Valley, and then the rest from there on out.
All right, well, congratulations on a great finish and a great weekend for getting first yesterday, and look forward to seeing you at one of those WMX rounds. And then here is the WMX spokesperson, because we've seen you on Supercross, we've seen you everywhere. These ladies are telling us that you're trying to get them to go and all that kind of stuff. So another first place, another win on the NGPC, but take us through your race, and then we want to talk about what your summer is going to be like.
Yeah, I got off to the second place start and then just try to see where the best place to pass was, and then I got it done and kind of just try to run away and just try to have fun with it. I really enjoy Glen Helen, and even this track too was a lot of fun. So yeah, I was just kind of trying to do my thing and then try and finish this on top of the podium, and yeah, now all eyes are set on the summer.
So now WMX, you're doing not only helping the girls get their licenses, but you're doing all of the rounds this year. Last year you won a round. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm way more prepared coming into this season than last year. I really got the jump. Now I know what I'm getting myself into. I mean, I hadn't raced Moto for a while there coming into last year, and now I just have really put my head down and put a lot of work in for this season, and we think we have 3 weeks until Hangtown, and yeah, now I've gone to most of these tracks besides High Point, but yeah, I couldn't be more stoked for this. I really want to chase that championship, and yeah, I feel like it's going to be a great summer. The sport's really growing for us women, and we're going to be racing on Saturdays, and yeah, I'm just trying to get everyone out to race WMX and try and do the best I can to help this sport grow. I know I'm a racer and I need to focus on that, but I mean, I kind of see the bigger picture as well. I just want all of us women to race. I mean, I had a great, unreal experience last year, and I just want everyone to be able to experience that.
Well, now, and you guys are going to be doing a supercross as well, right? So when they found that out, what was going through your mind, and then what have you done to prepare for that?
Well, at first they said we weren't going to be doing it, and then I found out in January that we were doing it, and so we were just kind of trying to take my time getting back on the bike because I had got hurt, and so I was on the bike in December, and I had my first day of Supercross, I think maybe 3 weeks ago or a month ago actually, and yeah, that was scary, but yeah, Mark said no more and had to focus on riding motocross. So yeah, just been doing that, and I think I have one conflicting round with Ironman and the Idaho NGPC, so I'm gonna have to figure out like a red-eye flight to make Sunday's race, and then after that is Mammoth, and then yeah.
Wow, you're busy, and so with the Supercross, is Parker helping you out a little bit with that, or is he kind of keeping secrets close to his chest?
No, he actually came out on my first day, and honestly, it helped me so much. Like, he's literally battling for top 10s. Like, why? That's kind of my secret weapon. So, yeah, I'm excited for this SMX round. I feel like it's going to be different, but it's just another challenge, another thing to add onto my plate with off-road and motocross. So, yeah, he's kind of in my back pocket.
All right, well, congratulations on another win, and look forward to seeing you at the WMX this season. All right, Jack, that's the final podium. No more podiums. We're out of here. Back to you.
How about that? Congratulations, ladies. Congratulations. Great job, Mark Tilley. And more than anything, congratulations, Troy Lee, Bud Feldkamp. Another successful MotoFest for the first time ever. NGPC teamed up with MotoFest, and might I add, I think that was a wonderful combination. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed listening to me all weekend long. Again, my name's Jack Rapella. Check me out on the Racing Jack YouTube channel. Did an interview with Justin Barsha that you'll want to check out there. Speaking of Barsha, he has a big day. Thanks to all of our friends at L&N Media Services. Shout out Ross Fitz. Happy birthday, Aaron Kennard. And thank you guys so much for being a part of this happening. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you right back here for the 3rd annual MotoFest. God bless you guys. Thanks so much for watching from Glen Helen Raceway, San Bernardino, California. We'll see you next time.